Well, my name is not Tanner. I'm not going to be late. So, no cookies tonight. Not sure where the other guy is at the moment. We'll give him a little bit. I forgot to bring my cookie tags. Very funny. We do have the blueberry pomegranate tonight. Stuff is freaking delicious. I am making an effort not to be late. I was actually building something out and I lost track of time. And I actually just got done going through preliminary Salesforce data. And I got to tell you, I think that this is very undervalued. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to bring up the deck. For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty bullish on Salesforce. I think it's very undervalued. And I'm just going to break it out. There we go, Investor Day. Bring it to the screen. All right, that should be good for everybody. So we're not going to go through the whole thing. I just want to go through the very important parts, to me at least. I put this on a post before, and a lot of people have been saying, but Salesforce isn't really growing because they're looking at a percentage basis. And I did not buy more BMNR. I'll go through a bunch of questions in a little bit. Just give me a few minutes. So the idea was that Salesforce is only growing low single digit or mid to high single digits when all these other application companies are growing at really large amounts. They just had their investor day from Dreamforce, which is their big week-long event in California. And they just dropped this news that from fiscal year 26 through fiscal year 30, their revenue is going to grow at a CAGR of 10%, which to me, when you are a $34 to $37 billion revenue company, it's a lot harder to grow at 40, 50%. That's not a knock on anybody. Salesforce has been a big dominant company for a long time. They built an amazing business. It's just harder to grow on a revenue basis. But they're growing a substantial amount of revenue. I mean, when you think about where they're going to end this year, they're projecting, call it $38 billion. They're projecting that they're going to add another $22 billion in revenue over the next, oh, look at this guy.
What's up?
I didn't want to bother you. I figured you were getting involved in something. So
no, I was coming. I just had to finish a couple things, but
let you do your thing. Congratulations on the Substack.
I appreciate it. I'm putting out the first 2 deep dives tomorrow, so it'll be fun.
Do you want to? Did you say what it is already or not?
Nope. No one knows which 2 companies.
No, and I don't even know because I am waiting. I want to be surprised. I haven't even asked.
One of them, everyone is pretty familiar with. The other one, I think people will be a little surprised by, but hopefully people enjoy.
I'm excited. Did you see?
Why are we talking about this piece of shit, Salesforce? What are we doing talking?
I knew you were gonna.
Because this guy is guiding for a rule of 50 by 2030. Steve, there's a company out there that's doing
I do know. I actually
put rule of 81 in 2025.
Right.
I mean,
I know. But once again, this is a much bigger revenue company, and growing at 10% CAGR to me is exciting, especially when you look at their free cash flow that they're going to do.
Oh, no!
There's a lot of good stuff in here.
No,
we're not going to go. We're not going to go down the agentic AI road with you.
Does anyone give a fuck about their free cash flow? Really?
I care about their free cash flow getting to $14 billion next year. That means more buybacks and more dividends.
Of course, buy back the stock, buy Informatica, buy overvalued Slack. I mean, can these guys allocate capital in any efficient way? What are we talking about, Steve?
Where's my model? Hold on. I think you're going to be a little surprised. And I actually put Palantir in here for a good reason, not a bad reason. Because I have something very good to say about Palantir. Let's make this a little bigger. All right. Salesforce is trading at less than 19 times free cash flow with over a 30% free cash flow margin. So when they add all that revenue, so much is going to drop to the bottom line going forward. I'm very excited. And I got to tell you, Palantir, I forgot they were a 50% free cash flow margin. I mean, as much crap as I have talked about their valuation, I'm going to say something that's going to catch people off guard. I think it's still rich, but I don't think it's crazy.
I think
Because
buying Palantir. Go ahead.
if they keep executing the way that they are, and obviously when we back our way into the numbers, this quarter is going to be a blowout quarter. I'm actually thinking we're 53% because my raw number was 49.8. I think they come in at 53% year over year growth. I actually think they're going to get past 130% net dollar retention. And if they do, I think that there's a chance they have 40% year over year growth in revenue next year.
Look, here's my thing. I think buying Palantir at 180 in the next 5 years is going to make people happier than buying Salesforce at 250. I agree with you. Salesforce is undervalued. There's zero. I even said this on my stream this morning. 100,000% it's undervalued. 100,000% the stock probably deserves to be at 300. But when you look at a company like Palantir and you understand the actual philosophy governing their approach to software in the enterprise, it is night and day with a company like Salesforce. I haven't clipped this segment of the live stream I did at AIPCon with Ted Mabry, the global head of commercial. I'm gonna post it over the next couple of days, but they have legitimately built a company that is built to win if their customers win. And I think that underlying principle, which is so obvious, right? Like they should win if your customers win, but like a lot of these SaaS companies don't understand that. I think that's going to take them to multiple trillions of dollars of market cap. And yeah, the valuation will always be rich and expensive, but the margins are going to keep getting better because they're not having to hire hundreds of thousands of sales folks. Like I'm being exaggerating, but you get my point, like Salesforce, right? And as a result, I really do think I'd rather overpay for a Palantir right here if I'm even overpaying than buy an undervalued Salesforce. Also, I didn't like the $7 billion buyback announcement. Dude, here's the thing. Benioff says they are the leader in AI. You cannot be the leader in AI if you're growing 10%. You just can't. Now, their 10% guidance is more than like the 8% that was projected, so 2% growth is extra, that's fine. But we're talking about the greatest technology revolution in the history of mankind, and you're growing 10%. That doesn't make any sense. Now, your retort to that would be, well, the volume of dollars they're scaling from is fundamentally different, right? It's hard to grow when you're doing $30 billion a year or whatever in revenue. I agree with that. But then you can't say you're the leader in AI. You can't say you're the leader in this agentic revolution if you can't actually put up that type of growth. And look, when Palantir stops growing at 50% and maybe falls all the way down to 20%, then I'm going to have to eat my words as well. But if Palantir can keep up minimum 30% growth over the next decade, which is a tall ask, but let's say they do, this is going to be a way better story than Salesforce.
So I don't disagree with you from an investment standpoint with alpha. And the reason I say it may not be crazy is because Palantir's got so much momentum. And if they keep growing at the rate that we think it can, they're going to grow into this valuation. And they could even expand it over the next 5 years. Like it may not take 5 years to get real big multiple expansion, because I think what will happen, multiple will compress and then it'll expand again. Because look, $500 billion company for a company that's doing 1.7 billion in free cash flow is rich, but at their margins, I mean, almost nobody except for, I actually don't even think Nvidia puts up 50%. They don't. Nobody puts up 50% free cash flow. So if they can keep that margin and keep growing it what they're growing, I think that sky's the limit for them. And I got to tell you, I really am on this whole kick of 1989 instead of 1999 because I'm not seeing the reasons why there's a bubble. Now, is there an expanding market? Yes. Is more money coming into the market? Yes. But so much of this growth is being paid for by profitability. And I just think that there's pockets that are expensive, like an Oklo and stuff. And even if that goes down, it doesn't impact any of these companies that we constantly talk about. I think
agree.
there's diamonds in the rough, but I think the bigger companies are just going to get bigger over time.
Salesforce will be a much bigger company in 2030 than they are today. And I don't think anyone's going to be upset buying shares, especially at this valuation. I just think it's not the exciting story in software. Like, it's just not. There is not a single exciting story in software outside of Palantir.
And I'm not disagreeing with you on that. It is not as exciting as Palantir. It's not as exciting as Snowflake. It's just.
But is there any other software company that's exciting to even talk about in software? Like, realistically,
Not really.
The ServiceNow, not really.
Shopify, not really.
Well, Shopify is awesome, but I don't put them in the same.
I'm not saying that these companies aren't awesome. We're saying exciting to talk about.
Well, I think Shopify is exciting. I just don't compare them to like Snowflake, Datadog, Palantir. Like, it's a totally different model. But Shopify is awesome. But I'm thinking like Datadog, no. Snowflake, no. ServiceNow, no. GitLab, no. Like Rubrik, not really. CrowdStrike is cool, but like cybersecurity at the end of the day, like it's not just the most exciting thing. Palo Alto, no. It's like Palantir is the only story that's like even worth talking about when we think of like transformational tech companies over the next decade. And a lot of the other guys are saying that AI is a tailwind, but they're not growing like Palantir.
Palantir also does $3.5 billion in revenue.
Yeah.
They're going to grow at huge rates right now. Now, the question is, can they continue? The answer is maybe. It's not no. The answer truly is maybe, because there's only a handful of companies that have the net dollar retention levels that Palantir has and is gaining as many customers. And the big thing that I think people forget with Palantir, as much as I have given them crap about the valuation, the amount of customers and deals that they have done this year does not account for anything in net dollar retention. And that's all going to be accredited next year. So I would not be surprised if they grow 40% next year. I really wouldn't.
But you would still buy Salesforce over Palantir today?
I have bought Salesforce within the past, I think, month and a half, 2 months at this point. It's been at least a couple of weeks. I don't think I bought Salesforce since I got on the Ethereum kick, actually.
If you had to make one to hold in the port for the next 5 years at these prices,
to make more money,
whatever the reason you want to hold it for.
I mean, I wouldn't bet against Palantir. Like, if I had to say one or the other right now, I do think that with the way the momentum is, the way the growth is, and how Palantir is beating everybody at this, I would have to say Palantir at this point. Even though I think Salesforce is very undervalued, that doesn't mean that it'll generate as much alpha over the next 5 years. It's only getting started.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Did you see your buddy Tom Lee on Kathy Wood's podcast?
I did. He was preaching the thesis.
Ooh.
Bro, well, okay, so what is your perspective on BM&R right now? Because it's kind of been in the gutter, because EAT's been in the gutter, and I'm sensing some people not being as bullish anymore.
I mean, if people are not going to be bullish because the price is down over the past couple of days, that's crazy talk.
Well, remember that a lot of people don't give a shit about Ethereum. They just got in because of Tom Lee. They probably don't even know what the hell BM&R is buying. You know?
Well, then that's a problem. That goes back to people should know what they're investing in.
I think a lot, I think a lot of people think this is going to be the next MicroStrategy. And the only reason MicroStrategy became MicroStrategy is because Bitcoin 10x and then MicroStrategy 25x. Ethereum's got to do that 10x. And that's at least 40,000. I don't know if that happens anytime soon.
What do you think? Do you think the mustache guy should come on?
Get him on.
All right, Tanner, check your X in a couple of seconds. Hold on.
I just keep getting more and more bullish on Ethereum the more and more I hear about
Same here.
Right? Like, so it's to me, I'm just like, dude, all right, keep it depressed at 50. Who cares? I know a lot of people are, inching for that 60, 70 breakout. But it's like
something. I want it to be depressed to the middle of next week.
Well, you get paid?
No, but I have something that is terming that I want to use that capital to put into it. Matt, you didn't freaking say anything. I sent you a freaking
Dude,
text.
Matt wouldn't even come on. He just did a stream for an hour and a half. He's tired.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not going to show the text messages because I don't know if Matt wants me to show whatever's before it. But if Matt wants to show his phone, or you can just say yes or no if I'm lying. I texted Matt at 9:38 while Amit and I were live.
That's why he said that. He wanted to be funny. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
No, Matt's got to be tired, bro. He just talked for like an hour and a half. Dude, you know what I did today after the market closed?
What'd you do?
I went downstairs to the gym, and instead of going for my cardio run, I saw people finally playing basketball in the gym. And I was like,
you played basketball?
I've been waiting for a month to play basketball. Apparently, there's an entire, not professional league, but like league of guys that play on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. And I just never caught them. So I went and I played for the first time in like I would say in like 3 years, bro. Like legit played in 3 years. First game we won. Second game we got our asses handed to us. Like we didn't score a single point. We lost 10-0, and it was so embarrassing. But it was fun to finally play basketball again. It was a good time.
I'm glad. You should play every Tuesday night.
Yeah, I want to play Tuesdays and Thursdays now. Now that I know there's like actually a league of people. Uh-oh.
Oh. How you guys doing?
Feel like I haven't seen you in a year.
Right?
I was just listening to Tanner's stream. Then I had to leave to do something. Then I turned into Matt's stream. Then I had to leave to do this stream. And now we're all three here.
Well, I didn't know if this was a Amit Steve stream. If that is, I'm leaving. But if this was just a Steven stream and then you popped in.
No, it's gonna be an Amit Steve stream every Thursday, but you are
okay. I did not know.
You are always welcome. That's not even a question. And if you want to come every Thursday, you're welcome every Thursday.
No. I sorry. I thought that you guys did a show on Friday or Saturday or something.
I can't do Saturdays, and Saturdays is just too tough for me. So I told Steve, let's just do Thursdays. So
got you. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to butt in.
Oh, bro,
I'll just quickly say the sentiment on BMNR is bottomed out right now. It's funny how much this is completely a retail, like Wall Street bets driven position. But we as fundamental long-term investors are also a part of that thesis somehow. It's so funny because I think there is a real technological shift and maybe half the investors believe in it. So interesting.
Every time I watch your BMNR videos, I think you do such a good job highlighting Ethereum's value proposition. But most people just care about the stock BMNR. And like, I took a lot of shit a couple weeks ago for saying, I don't think this thing is going to $100 by end of year. Because that's when it was at like 65. And a lot of people were like, it's going to 100. You had all these people on Twitter pop up that are BMNR dedicated accounts. They're like, it's going to 100. It's like, bro, like, no. Like Ethereum has to move for that to happen. And it's kind of stalling out right now because Ethereum's not moving. And it's like, well, what makes Ethereum? Well, dude, over the past couple of years, Ethereum hasn't really moved like Bitcoin. It's always been kind of weird up and down. In fact, these digital asset treasuries didn't start a couple months ago. Who knows if Ethereum would even be nearing 4,000? So I think we've got a long journey ahead of us. And even if ETH does pump up to like, I don't know, let's be optimistic, 8,000. You think it's going to stay there? Like Bitcoin pumped and it doesn't stay there. Like Bitcoin goes up and Bitcoin goes down. Before it finally sustained above 100, it kept going up.
Yeah.
I think we're in I think people that think this thing is going to go up and to the right easily, I don't know if that's the case unless ETH has a breakout. And even if it does have a breakout, it has to withstand the macro forces of people selling their crypto whenever they get scared, which always happens. And then everything gets wrecked. And this is just going to be it. So I really do think if you're long BMNR, you have to be actually long BMNR and not expect it to break out overnight.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I I honestly didn't think about that. 90% of my videos are just talking about Ethereum. Maybe I should just start calling them like ETH videos rather than BM&R videos, because I do cover the technology more than Tom Lee's portion, But he's still doing a good job. I mean, if you look at the differences in the ability for them to attract institutional investors and continue to stack on ETH while holding above a 1x MNAV, I mean, they're doing it better than the rest. Did you see Devin Ryan's report, by the way? He just wrote a report on SBET.
I could not believe that. That's actually the most bullish thing that happened in the past 3 weeks for BM&R. Because for a Wall Street guy who covers SoFi and Hood and Affirm and Schwab and Morgan Stanley to say, yeah, we're initiating coverage on a digital asset treasury. A lot of people think these companies are Ponzi's. Like, a lot of people literally don't even believe in the concept of a DApp. For Devin Ryan to be like, we think SBET can be 50. If SBET's 50, BM&R is going a lot higher. And so I was really excited about that. And I think the reason for that is because Devin Ryan is probably talking to all of his Wall Street buddies, and his Wall Street buddies are like, yeah, ETH's legit. And he's like, all right, so we got to get exposure somehow. And SBET is his choice for his clients.
Yeah, completely. I mean, he also must be one of the greats. I mean, I hope he goes down on some sort of Mount Rushmore of Wall Street analysts, because it would be so easy for him to put out a $21 price target and then adjust as it continues to climb and, play close to the vest so he doesn't lose his job. Like, that's what a lot of these analysts are doing is they're putting all their names that they're associating with the rest of the crowd and keeping the prices really close to where, the rest of the crowd is, because no one loses their job if they're in the buckets with everyone else. But he's saying, no, SBET, $50. It's like a 3x from here. And putting his money where his mouth is. Like, I just think that's freaking awesome. And because he's done that so many times with like names like Robinhood and Dave and stuff like this, he's rated as one of the highest analysts on all of Wall Street. So good for him.
Tanner, did you see that they're going to start staking soon?
No. Was there a report on this? Or just the comments that he made?
No, didn't Tom Lee make comments that they're going to generate a 2.7% yield from their initial staking?
When did he say that?
I saw that on X today.
Steve, you see a lot of posts on X, and you send these things to me. And these are stupid headline accounts that are just saying whatever the hell they want to say to get clicks.
I guess.
We need to get following the right account.
account.
No, I mean, dude, they haven't started staking, so I doubt he would ever even say anything like that.
No.
I mean,
he didn't say
will
that
start
it
staking.
wasn't that he started staking, that they're going to start, and it's going to be 2.73%.
Why would he even say the yield? Why would he give out all that
No
information?
idea.
Maybe he said it with Kathy, and that's why.
Some people are saying that he recently said it.
But that's not new news. We knew it was 3%. Like, he said that a while ago in many podcasts. I thought you meant he's getting ready to start staking soon, which I don't think.
I'm gonna have to re-listen to the rest of the. I have to re-listen to the podcast. I didn't listen to the whole thing, so maybe he said in the one with Kathy.
Why do you think they're not staking right now?
I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me.
Did you guys see that Michael Saylor's going on JRE, by the way?
So did Palmer Lucky go on JRE?
Yeah.
I was listening to that.
I'm gonna have to freaking listen to this tomorrow in the car.
It's pretty good. Palmer Lucky's a weird dude. So there's a lot of weirdness in it, like him talking about playing VR in a float tank, stuff like this. But
Wait, but how do you know Saylor's going on?
Well, the odds, and Kalshi just reported it too. So reportedly, Michael Saylor went on JRE yesterday, and now traders had went from a 20% chance that he's going on Kalshi to 97%.
Oh,
Wow.
dude. If Kalshi and these prediction markets actually nail these things before they happen, it's a whole new world, bro.
It is, but that is what they're doing. People are putting hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not the biggest contract ever, but hundreds of thousands of dollars that Michael Saylor is going to be on. 97% chance. Like, that's a tip. Somebody, Jamie is maybe doing it. Like, who knows?
I don't think Jamie's doing it.
I'm just kidding. It's just a joke.
Amit, what'd you think of TSM's earnings?
I thought they demolished that quarter. Absolutely. I mean, 57% of their revenues being GPUs versus 30% on phones.
The fact that they grew their revenue year over year by 40.8% at the size of a company that they are, and gross margin was almost 60%, and profit was 46%. I mean, I can't say it enough. We're not bullish enough on AI.
Yeah, I think we're not bullish enough on AI. And I had Jose on the show today, and he continues to believe that like this industrial build out is not stopping. It really
Is he the one that everybody's been telling me to talk to about Nebius and CoreWeave?
Yeah, he was in the chat earlier. He is an expert on semiconductors.
I need to talk. Somebody needs to talk to me about this stuff because I want somebody to explain it while I am actually in research mode this weekend. So I would love to talk to him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna peace. Sorry for taking the show. I didn't realize this. I thought it was just like a
Right, you can stay
like a
if you
stream for
want.
Steve.
It's fine.
No. But I've already said my piece. Everything. Yeah, SoFi is gonna have the most ridiculous quarter we've ever seen. And
dude, hold on. Should I buy SoFi before earnings?
Guess what? I took the day off from work.
Just to cover SoFi.
I'll be there with you guys in the morning. I took the day off from work.
I love it. I think there's a decent chance that we get 1 million new members this quarter.
I saw you say that today.
I put out the video. I got Sensor Tower data, which I also just shared to Amit. Like, it's looking insane. By far, not only the most amount of downloads, the fastest change in downloads quarter over quarter that we've ever seen.
And I saw that you sent Chris the data about website traffic too.
Yeah, website traffic is also at all-time highs. Like, obviously, we were expecting more and more growth. Oh, and by the way, the only quarter that's beating Q3 downloads right now in terms of like daily downloads is October, like Q4. So far in Q4, that's the only time that we've had a period that's actually going faster than Q3, and Q3 is beating every other period in company history on a percentage basis.
Now,
so I heard you guys talking about how it's harder to grow the bigger your number gets. They're growing faster at the biggest numbers they've ever had.
Do you think that's because it's football season? They're getting a lot of people getting brand recognition from SoFi Stadium?
Could be. But that's part of the plan.
Amit, are you coming back into the fold, or
I just asked him, should I buy SoFi or no? Just give me an answer, bro. Don't get politically correct. Like, just tell me. Imagine no one's watching right now. You're talking to me. You're not talking to. They're just what in the background.
You just pulled a freaking margin call. Jesus.
Are you sitting on cash? Or are you looking to sell something in order to do this?
I mean,
I'm curious where this unending buying power comes from.
I'm thinking 500 shares. That would be enough for me to be excited going into SoFi earnings. But I'm also thinking SoFi triple beats and tanks like they always do, and then I'm stuck bag holding those 500 shares. What I would be using is the collateral I used to sell the $24 puts. Those never got assigned.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, I mean, personally, I don't think it'll hurt. I think the problem is that SoFi trades on the short term, because I don't think you truly believe in SoFi. And so let's say regional banks have a bigger crisis, and like that's always going to pull down SoFi. You know, if there's a change in the rate cut cycle, in what's going to happen at other fintechs, let's say Upstart shits the bed, that pulls SoFi down. No one looks at them as a standalone, not yet. So you need to believe that they're going to continue to execute if you have to hold longer than, just Q3 earnings. So I can't in good conscience tell you to buy, because I don't know what it's going to do through earnings, but I think they're going to do well. Just constant execution is all I'm seeing from this company at better and better rates. It's actually getting stupid. Like, yeah.
I feel like selling puts would be the move before earnings.
Because if it does tank, then all right, you're probably going to get a great quarter and get it assigned at a really good price for the quarter you get. But you're right, buying the shares, if the regional bank stuff becomes an issue, then it'd just be annoying to. And then people are like, "Oh, buy the shares, sell the call." There's no premiums in SoFi.
Yeah.
You can't really bag holding the shares is not fun. Like getting the shares at a cheaper price on the put side is okay, but you're not getting anything for selling calls on SoFi.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe if you sell some puts, that might be the way to go, and then do sort of what Hood did. Like, even if they put out the best quarter ever and somehow they crash, then you're in a really good position. Make some premiums, buy in at a lower price, and if you don't, whatever. I mean, you still made some money.
Okay, I think they're going to crush it. I think it'll be good, even though Noto keeps talking shit about Hood. But
are you wheeling to some degree? Is that part of your strategy?
Yeah. And I've wheeled SoFi many times, but I never ended up maintaining like an actual share position enough to like complete the other side of the wheel, which is selling call. I mean, the leaps I had, I sold those a month ago, so that was like 38 grand of profits, and that did really well. My dad is still holding on to SoFi's calls, those $10 calls for 2026, and he's not planning to sell for another couple months, thinking that SoFi can really make a move. You know what I looked at the other day as well. So I bought Robinhood spreads when it was at $8. If I had it was a 15-20 spread. If I just bought the $20 call and not the spread with the same amount of money that I put into the spreads, I would have $4 million right now. Because the stock went from 8 to 130, and I had a $20 call 2 years out.
I was doing the math. You used to tell me you just needed to go to 25.
I just needed to go to 20, and it got there, and it did really well. It was like multiple six figures in profits, but 4 million. Now, granted, would I have held until 130? I don't think there's a chance in hell. I would have, like, at the first 500,000, I would have sold. At the first million, I would have taken. So 4 million is crazy. But then again, it wouldn't have expired till Jan 2026. And maybe I could have convinced myself of just like, it's so deep in the money, why sell? Like, why not just let it ride out? Right?
So the real question for you, Amit, is we know Noto has PSUs and the rest of the management team has PSUs June 2026. That's less than a year away. And the next tranche is 35. Do you think it gets there?
Yeah, of course. Of course it gets to 35.
So if it gets to 35, that's not a bad return from here.
You don't even believe it, of course. I'm just saying it's the strongest quarter. So you're like, yeah, of course it's.
No. Dude, it broke above 30. Rates are coming down. Like seeing this thing at 35 is not unbelievable. I'm just like, how long will it take? Right? So I don't want my money stuck in SoFi. Like, there's nothing.
The question is, where else do you put it?
I'd rather buy Amazon.
SoFi, unfortunately, and I think PayPal is one of these names, and honestly, maybe a lot of the names that I tie myself to, do not go up linearly at all. I mean, they just pop. Like, they'll see re-ratings and pop, and I think SoFi is going to continuously do that, where people are going to struggle to understand what their next move is, call it a bank all day long, and then once they start making real profits and showing that off, the stock's going to pop again. And I think we'll pop back to 35 plus once we start showing off Q3 and Q4. But
there is the S&P inclusion. That's a good argument, and it's still short like 12%, which is another good argument. So
I think it's at like 8% right now. But yeah,
8%. Okay, that's better. Yeah. All right, it'll be a game time decision. We'll see what we do.
Well, you got till the 28th. So what, week and a half?
Yeah.
Dude, hoodie's below 130, bro. I mean, could you imagine this thing drops back to 120? It erases the entire run for the past month.
I knew. I'm just kicking because we had that conversation when it was at 150, and I was like, this is like, everything is spiking. Yeah. Crypto was spiking so high, and I saw that although crypto was moving a ton, retail wasn't involved. So I think the hard part is that the recent run, the earnings were not being made on Robinhood. So like, I've been surprised at how well Wall Street's been treating Robinhood and just constantly pumping it up higher and higher and higher. But yeah, I don't think Q3 is reflective of how much the stock has ran. But indexes and everything bought in. But I probably should have trimmed a little bit. But hindsight's 2020. So
I didn't sell with you at 150. So
I didn't sell, but I was talking to you about it. I was talking to the stream about it. I was like, man, I'm really thinking about this. Like,
no, you wanted to sell. I could tell you wanted to sell, but you didn't because of your conviction. But I could hear it in your voice, bro, that you wanted to take some profits. Look, if they give this thing to us back at 100 or below 100, it's gonna really hurt the portfolio for me. It's gonna really suck. But I'm gonna do what I have to do and just because we know where this is going. Like I think we have so much conviction at this point that it's like short term it will be so annoying, but it's like long term, dude. If you'd let us get to buy this thing as cheap as possible, then go ahead.
Yeah, that's the great thing about holding names that you just like, that are not flash in the pan. Like imagine holding Quantum all the way up. Like you need to be ready for whenever the market just says no more. You really don't need to do that for Robinhood because like this stock's just going to continue to win. Like market share is just going to continue to head in their direction.
I will say Q4 is going to be a little scary, bro, because they've got to beat $1 billion in revenue. Like, I think they'll beat $1 billion, but are they going to beat it by 40% like they've been doing for the past couple? Probably not, bro. If we're being honest, especially if crypto keeps taking a dump, like that Q4 print's going to be a little nasty.
I think we need to wait and see.
Prediction market's not going to solve that later.
They have constantly clutched out crazy growth. Credit card is going to be a big play. That's going to add so much revenue as well. I don't know. I also think, by the way, I don't know if to blow up their spot. Have you guys been following this little hack online about how to get your credit card from Robinhood? Have you seen this, Amit?
No, that's a thing.
Yeah, have you not? There's been this thing going around. I forget who started it. But if you threaten to pull your assets from Robinhood, if you don't get the credit card, everyone that's done that has gotten their credit card the next day. So
oh, no, I did hear about this. This is actually a smart ass hack.
Robinhood is picking and choosing who they want to get that credit card to. There's no queue. They're picking people out of the line. And it's constant.
You know what they're doing as well? They gave me a $5,000 credit limit. And I'm just
They gave you a $5,000 credit limit?
5,000. I'm like, guys, 5,000? But I think it's because they know I'm going to pay my shit. I'm not going to have a balance. And I think they don't want to keep giving someone 3% on a lot of credit if he's going to pay his balance at the end of the month because they don't make any money off the interest, right? So,
but you got yours at the meeting. Yeah, they probably just gave everyone a bare minimum, $5K or whatever. I'm sure they didn't even.
I have to ask Roy what his balance is.
Is there a button to ask them to reassess it?
Actually, I have a concierge. I have a guy. I need to talk to Mark and be like, bro, you need to give me some more of this credit.
Yeah, they will. They will. I've been seeing a lot of people with 10K as well. Yeah. And I think I've seen some people with 30K online. But like DDI, I think has like 16K or something. So like, yeah.
Yeah, I should.
You're muted, Steve.
Yeah, I just realized that. Am I the only one that didn't get a Robinhood card?
Did you even apply?
No.
So why would you get a card?
No, I'm just saying, like, should I apply? Am I the only one that didn't get one?
Yes, you're in the ecosystem now. You should. Dude, it's 3% on everything. How do you not apply to that? It's the best deal in history.
I don't know. I've been using the same credit card for like 20 years.
You will start using this easily, bro. Everything you buy, you're getting 3% back on. Like my mom started using it a month ago and she loves it. She used to use the United one. And you can just transfer it back to your, I mean, you don't buy on Robinhood, but whatever 3% you get, you just buy more ETH when you transfer it back to your.
I'll just sign up for Robinhood Gold. That way it helps you guys with the stock.
There you go.
Yeah. And if you're stacking ETH, I mean, it's a good way to do it.
This is true. Look, I am very bullish ETH. So
There's a lot of talk about SoFi working on this 5% credit card. I keep hearing about it.
How can they do a 5% credit card?
5%?
5%. It's got to go into an S&P index fund and kept on SoFi Invest.
They'll lose money on that.
Maybe.
Because the management fee on their S&P index fund is going to have to be comparable to everybody else's. So they're not even going to get it back in administrative fees. There's no way that happens.
No, I don't think it's that. I think
If that happens, I will rip up my credit card. I won't close it, but I will rip it up and I'll go get a SoFi credit card and only use that.
I mean, it's not like they're the only place offering 5. I mean, you can go to PayPal and get 5% right now. Like they have 5%. But what's it called? I bet they have some internal statistics that say if someone has 2 to 3 products, then their lifetime value ends up climbing. Maybe they start a deposit account. So I'm sure they have other ways where they think that the unit economics fits. But yeah, Robinhood's card doesn't even make any sense whenever you look at the interchange fees either.
But then again, I don't think they're making money on the card, bro.
No, they're not.
It's got to be a way to get people in the ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem. Now, Vlad did comment a couple months ago and said, we like the progress we're seeing and we want to make it a standalone profitable product, which I think they could do. But even if they don't, who cares? Like if it gets more people into the system, easy.
Someone said not 5% on all spending. I call BS on that, Tanner. I'm just saying what I hear, okay? I'm not a spokesperson for SoFi. They did a survey to their users that said a 5% card, but that has to be locked in to a S&P 500 thing. And hey, if you have to hold it, like depending on how long you have to hold it, it definitely could pay for it. I mean, if the administrative fees, maybe not on year 1, but maybe on year friggin' 5, it does.
And look, maybe they're using an algorithm to say how many people will actually pay the balance off versus having a balance, and that'll offset it and then get people into the ecosystem. So it's definitely possible. Why is Jamie Dimon still going off about 2008? What's going on with this guy? Did you see that we had a surplus in September?
Yeah, well, dude, it's a little. Wait, Tanner, do you want to stay or you want to? I don't want to hold you hostage.
Yeah, no. I'm leaving like right now. I'm just trying to bring up that card so I don't look like a maniac just making up things.
The September surplus is because quarterly taxes happen in September.
I only saw the headline on percent.
No, it's a little misleading, but then again, I want to look at Q3 surplus deficits over the past couple of years, because if they were all actual deficits and not surpluses, then it's not just a tax thing this time, right? It might actually be the tariff revenue, something that's contributing to it. For those that don't know what we're talking about, Steve, share my screen right here. This is the picture that's going around. So I don't know if this is just a September thing or legit Trump is giving us a surplus. Look at individual income tax, bro. 300 billion, corporations 62. This is why being a business in this country literally and metaphorically pays dividends. Everyone who pays taxes are people who are employed.
It's W-2 workers.
W-2 work. If you're the one doing the employing, you have to take a lot more risk, but you pay a lot less taxes.
I told you what I pay.
Well, I told them the story about the New York City advertising shit, and people couldn't believe it.
What do you mean?
I told them the story that to start an LLC in New York, you told me you have to advertise in 2 print publications.
Yeah, go to.
You're right. I looked it up. You were completely right. But I told everyone in the market closed yesterday, and people were like, "This is no way it's true." And we looked.
No, it's 100% true. Go to LegalZoom. It's crazy. You have, depending on what you use, it's like $800 to $1,200, and you have to run an ad in 2 approved publications for 2 weeks. And there are companies that specialize in it to do it for you because of how annoying it is. It's just a money grab. Some people are saying same in CA.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's unbelievable, and this is why New York is making it a little bit tough to be an entrepreneur there. And with the Mamdani's going to win, we know he's going to win, and so I'm curious
Did
how
you see any of the debate?
I saw a little bit of the debate. We were talking about free buses, and Cuomo was basically.
I have a statement up right here. Quote, you heard it from Andrew Cuomo that the number one crisis in this city, the housing crisis, the answer is to evict my wife and me. He thinks you address this crisis by unleashing my landlord's ability to raise my rent. If you think the problem in this city is that my rent is too low, vote for him. If you know the problem in this city is that your rent is too high, vote for me. He just won the election.
Did you see his other video he put out today? Let me show. I mean, he's
No.
just a master at marketing, bro.
He is so good at freaking talking on the spot, and sounding.
I think Cuomo's going to get embarrassed in this. He is going to lose so badly.
If I don't remember what the other guy's name, the guy from the Guardian Angels, if he doesn't drop out, Cuomo's got no shot.
No, Cuomo's not winning, bro. There's no chance he's winning. Like New York City is not just filled with rich people. Most people are lower middle class. They're not voting for the status quo. There's no way. Here, look, play this video. This is what he just understands marketing so well.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it, but we'll peace out. See you later, guys.
Later, Tanner.
Good morning. I know some of you have expressed concerns about my age. You're worried about a 33-year-old becoming mayor of New York City. And I want you to know I hear you. That's why this weekend I'll be making a change. I'm turning 34, and I'm committing that for every single day from here on out, I will grow older.
Bro, come on. This is hilarious. And this video got millions of views.
It's hilarious.
It's not something I ever wanted to do, but I know it matters to you, so I am. You can get that out of here. Let's cut to the chase. The best birthday gift.
I don't know if it's the music is copyrighted or not, but
I mean, look, he's a showman.
he basically just says, "Hey, can you please go out and vote?" Like, it's like
He's
he's gonna
showman.
win with 70% of the vote. I don't know why Cuomo's still in this. Bill Ackman's the only guy who wants Cuomo to win. Let's be honest. Rich people want him to win for obvious reasons, but that's not the majority of New York. And this is not even political saying. This is just the understanding of demographic breakdowns. And as a result, he's going to win. Now, Mamdani has talked about wanting to reduce the restrictions on small businesses. So I wonder if he would be open to getting rid of this stupid regulation of advertising your LLC.
I don't know.
But we're going to have to see.
There's concerns up and down the board about everything right now. And my only concern at the moment is, depending on who wins, if more people leave New York, because it's just math. If more people leave New York, then you're going to have to get the revenue from somewhere. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I got to show you some pictures. You ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm saying
Ready for this? Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Oh, Carp and Trump.
Look at that.
When's that from?
Yesterday.
Nice.
Look at that, bro. It's pretty crazy.
And this is another reason why, how can you bet against Palantir at this point? You have another 3.5 years of this.
It's not.
Like they're just going to get more contracts.
They're just going to keep winning.
They're just going to keep winning. It's just a matter of, does the valuation get enough people scared? And I don't know that it does. It hasn't so far. So why should it's going to grow into it?
Yeah, and look, I mean, like at this point, it is normalized trading at this type of valuation. And that doesn't mean the valuation can't get hit again. But like, okay, if it gets hit to 130, 140, it's like people aren't running for the hills and they're selling. Some people will, But a lot of people are going to be like, finally, I can just buy this thing again. And I don't think it's something to be that afraid of. If the look, a quantum stock trading at whatever it's trading at, you should be really scared if that shit starts losing momentum because there's nothing there keeping it up.
I went on a freaking rant about quantum last night for a while.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the funny thing about quantum. Here's the funny thing about it. Let's say you're up 20x on quantum and you've built your career as a content creator in the stock market ecosystem, being a quantum expert, quantum investor. No one respects you. Think about that. There are people that bought IONQ at $6 and they're not getting an ounce of respect by anybody on Twitter.
Look, you have to have conviction. You got to have an iron stomach to do something like that.
No, but the point of the conversation,
I know what you're saying.
It's like how you make your money is more important than how much money you make. If you build, Warren Buffett could buy this quantum piece of shit tomorrow, take it to the moon, and then dump it on everybody because he's Buffett. But he also makes his money in a certain way. If you're going to build a reputation on going long quantum and no one respects what you've done because everyone thinks it's a meme. Now, what if it doesn't turn out to be a meme? Then you're looked at as a genius in the next 5 years if it actually plays out. But if this shit collapses.
The big thing about quantum is there are so many people that are on the bandwagon of either going short, putting bear reports out, or saying that this is a scam, that it's just overpowering at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look, either quantum is going to work or it doesn't work. But if it doesn't work and you have these astronomical gains, like, there's a reason people respect calling a Palantir or a Hood, right? Because it's like these are phenomenal companies that have actually executed and the stocks have rewarded actual earnings growth. So like it matters. So when you like people respect Tanner because he talked about SoFi at $7 and SoFi is executed. SoFi's not up 4x because it's a meme, right?
Well, and the other thing about Palantir and Robinhood is they went up against real competition and won. Quantum's not going up against competition. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. They're not trying to replace the next ASIC chip. Like Robinhood went up against every brokerage and every bank, and Palantir went up against every software company.
Yeah. Quantum got retail investors super excited about a story. Like that's it. Unless something real happens in the next 5 years, and maybe it does. But as of now, the stock going from 5 to 50, who respects why the stock has got, like, who legitimately respects, oh, this deserves to go from 5 to 50? People have qualms about Palantir's valuation. People have qualms about Hood's valuation. But objectively, those stocks going from 7 to 150, there's a history of 2.5 years of growth, execution, like Palantir's on the front lines of Ukraine. Robinhood's tokenizing equities, one of the first companies to actually bring crypto to Wall Street. What has Quantum done to go from 5 to 50 that is respected?
Nothing. They don't even have a market to sell anything.
If I built my brand off being the guy who called IONQ at 5 and now it's at 80, like, it's just such a sad reality because you're up so much money, but no one cares because no one, and that matters way more than the money, especially if you're trying to be in this game long term. Like how you got to the point you got to matters way more than the actual returns you have. So I don't know. We're going to see how this ends up playing out.
Yeah, I have my own theory on quantum. I'm not going to really get into it right now, but I'm not bullish. That's all I'll say.
I just don't understand people buying here. Why would you buy at these levels? Like what is going, like, why, what makes you wake up and say, yes, instead of buying a lot of things that are discounted, I'm going to buy quantum when it's gone up 5,000% in the past year and a half?
You're going to think I'm crazy. I'm actually considering buying CoreWeave.
No, I don't think that's crazy at all.
Like, I'm actually really considering it. Like, I am planning on doing a lot of research this weekend on that and Nebius. And I'm going to talk to Sam. I'm going to try to talk to some other people. But, like, if I'm this bullish on the whole AI revolution and TSM just did what they did, and it looks like they can't keep up with the amount of demand for their chips, I see a 5 to 10 year roadmap of just data center build out at this point. And companies are going to need third-party companies to get compute from.
Yeah, look, Jose loves CoreWeave. He thinks they're one of the most important GPU licensing and resellers.
What's his
CoreWeave's
exit?
I'll text it to you. It's
Okay.
I'll text it to you. But yeah, you should definitely get him on the channel. He would love to talk to you. But
Yeah, I would love to talk to him.
He understands the market so well. He likes CoreWeave over Nebius. There's a little bit of rivalry between those two, but yeah, I don't think you're crazy for buying. I mean, look, if you're buying Nvidia, buying all these derivative plays, you have to be bullish on them at whatever valuation, right? Like if Nvidia goes to 10 trillion, you're telling me CoreWeave's not going to be worth more than it is today. Nebius is not going to be worth. Micron's not going to be like out of all those stocks, which one is toppy and will never reach back to a higher level if Nvidia goes to 10 trillion?
Oh, here's how I'm rationalizing it in my mind. It's already projected to do over $5 billion in this year in revenue. It's a younger company than Palantir, and at $5 billion, the analysts, 24 of them are expecting it to grow 130% next year and get to over 12 billion of revenue. So with that type of massive growth, and I don't even think that these numbers are going to be correct. I think that they're low because of everything I saw with OpenAI for the past 3 weeks, the numbers out of TSM, and what I think is going to happen on the Q3 earnings calls. And then after they get to 12, the next year they're saying another 50% of revenue growth. So if they can get a 20-25% margin on that, I mean, look, if I buy it, I'm going to freaking hold it for 5 or 10 years. So I guess if I buy it now and it goes to 70, what's the worst thing? I buy more.
Yeah, and look, if you get a 50% dip, I mean, you know, the whole market, Corey falls 50%. That's not a core. That the nuance of investing in AI right now is CoreWeave can't fall 50% unless there's a structural problem with NVIDIA, right? Nebius can't fall 50%. I mean, like, yes, theoretically they could, but all these companies are intertwined with the AI ecosystem. So if there's an issue with Micron, it's got to be something so specific to their competitors, because if there's a memory storage lack of demand or something, maybe that's an overall lack of demand. Maybe that's going to show up in TSML or ASML, not TSML, TSM or ASML. But if that's not showing up, then all these stocks, whatever discounts they get, they're probably going to go higher if NVIDIA goes higher. And that actually makes it really easy to buy the semiconductor names. Because yes, they're all cyclical, but if the cycle is going to last till NVIDIA gets to 10 trillion, then pretty much all of them should continue to do well.
I'm still shocked that all of us missed the boat in our group. Like, none of us bought it.
Bro, if Tanner didn't really talk to me, I told Tanner it's a cyclical business in January. And he got me out of that shit so quick. He was like, bro, shut up. Listen to me for a second. And then I bought it at 139. That was my first buy, 100 shares. A week later, DeepSeek happens. And I'm like, I'm an idiot. Of course, I bought the top at 140. And then I was looking at my buys the other day and I'm just like, all right, whatever. Because it stayed there for 5 months before the Saudi event where it finally broke out to 135, 140. And by then I had already had a big position. I was like, oh, so I'm set. I don't have to do anything now. Like, it's done. So we all missed it, but we're still all up a decent chunk for, I mean, a lot of you guys in the chat, right? DeepSeek, that was the opportunity.
There's a few opportunities this year. Yeah, I need to really go down the rabbit hole deep on these. It's just, I'm not seeing a way that we don't have the type of demand when OpenAI is doing these types of deals. 26 gigawatts of contracted chips between AMD, NVIDIA, and Broadcom in a 3-week period. I mean, that shows you everything you need to say. And then TSM, at the size that they are, growing at the rate they're growing because of their fabs. I mean, this is a freaking roadmap right now.
Yeah, and Dougie says right here, if CoreWeave and Nebius do have problems, they can get bought up by NVIDIA. Yeah.
NVIDIA owns what, 9 or 10% of CoreWeave already?
Yeah. NVIDIA's going to backstop everything, bro.
Right. And they have the cash to do it.
I think Jensen's walking around knowing he controls everything. Did you see this video? Let me
Probably not.
let's play this right here. Our boys Jensen and Elon together.
How's it going?
Good. How's it going?
Is this your office?
This is the rocket factory, the SpaceX rocket factory in Starbase, Texas.
I just want everybody in the world to hear that you said I build bigger things than you do.
You do. The data centers are very enormous.
It all started
Yeah.
in 2016. I announced
Right.
the world's first AI supercomputer,
DGX.
the DGX-1.
The most advanced computer that anyone has ever built.
It was just crickets,
Crickets.
except for one person.
I was like,
and it was you.
That
It
sounds
was
like a great idea.
So I built another DGX,
Great.
and this thing is mighty. This is the new DGX Spark.
So
It's
that's the whole
exact-
thing? Wow.
5 times the computational power of DGX-1. 40 watts, not 4,000.
40, wow.
DGX-1 to DGX Spark. It's so fun hanging out. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Starbase.
I can't wait to see my first rocket launch. It was just incredible.
That's awesome, right?
When you think about where we are in society with technology, it's truly amazing. It's truly amazing what's been built, and that we get an opportunity to invest in it.
Yeah, we get an opportunity to invest in it. We get an opportunity to cover it, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon.
I mean, look, I'm almost on the bandwagon of, I don't even know if I really want to take many chances at this point, because I just think Amazon's going to 10 trillion and Nvidia is going to 10 trillion at some point. One of them is going to be 1.2x, the other one's going to be a 4x or 3.8x.
Yeah, I mean,
The big are just going to get bigger. You can't compete with these companies. Walmart tries to compete with Amazon, they can't. You can't compete with them from an e-commerce business or logistical network.
if you had to put a price target on Amazon end of year, would be your best guess.
I actually don't even know where they are right now. Hold on.
I'd say high end maybe.
Look, if Q3, if Jassy comes out and AWS improves its margin and operating income, this could be 250 end of year. If not, this is going under 200. This is going to live and die with what AWS does this quarter because of what the perception was last quarter.
Yeah, and look, I think like 230, 240 by end of year on the high side is possible. But I could see it going back down to 200, especially
Easy.
if the tariff. Yeah, easily. And
If they don't hit on AWS, 200 is right around the corner.
yeah,
I do feel a lot better about Alphabet continuing to go up because it's just more clarity for me on that.
yeah. I mean, look, Amazon is one of the best companies on the planet. So they take it below 200. Who cares? Like we know where it's going long term. It's not scary. And the risks on Amazon feel like less risky than the risks on Google. Like way less
So-
risky.
I don't think I said this to you. I said it to Tanner yesterday. Tell me if you agree with this. Amazon 2029 is 3.5 years. Okay. Call it 4 years. Say end of 2029. So you have AI and robotics create huge efficiencies internally, and they're able to get their operating margin to 20%. You're at 11.8 right now. So you figure over 4 years, they figure out a way to grab 7.5% margin.
Yeah.
Now, they're going to be a $1 trillion revenue company in 2029. They get to 20% margin, that's $200 billion of operating income. And if they're not going gangbusters on CapEx anymore, they're probably just buying back a ton of stock. To me, this is a $5 to $7 trillion company at the end of 2029.
How much? A
5 to 7.
trillion
Yeah.
in 2029? I mean, it's at 2.3 right now.
Right.
I don't think that's crazy in 3.5 years. So you're calling for a double in 3.5 years, basically.
So 4 to 4.5 years. As I was saying, in sometime in 2029, because that's the year they do 1 trillion in revenue. So you have 4 to 4.5 years of Amazon. Now, this is only if Amazon can gain margin from robotics and AI, which I think they're going to do. And at the same time, they're going to increase the advertising platform.
Yeah.
And look, they're going to pick up a lot of efficiencies. I mean, to me, it's the best risk reward right now in the big guys because it's the one that hasn't run. And there's just so much that they can do to increase more. Like their margin's under 12%. Nobody else in the megas have a margin that small.
No, you're right. I mean, look, a 2x in 4.5 years, I don't think is crazy for a company of their size, which means then the question is, do people want to own something that might only double?
I have a very important question that I just got via text message.
Who, about Chris?
What do you think Meta is going to?
Who asked you that?
I'm not going to say.
Someone I know?
I'm not going to say. No. So
Did your wife ask you that? Wait, did she?
yes,
Is she watching right now?
I guess so.
She probably has a shit ton of Meta and she's wondering where are we
I
going?
mean, Meta is only a $1.8 trillion company.
Okay, look, Meta's probably the better buy than Amazon. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. I mean, from a margin profitability standpoint, I think Zuck is starting to scare people because they're starting to think he's getting into his drunken sailor phase again. But what if AI really works out just from a advertising and a offerings platform for business with Instagram and with Facebook? This could be a $4 or $5 trillion company.
Look, I think Meta probably is a better buy than Amazon, like just to be honest. However, I think, and the reason I'm not buying Meta is I think there's more risk with Meta than Amazon. Even though there's not really, but there kind of is. And so it's like, I don't know, I just feel more comfortable buying Amazon versus Meta, especially given the AWS backdrop. And Zuck's going for moonshots. Like, I don't think Zuck's has an AI strategy, to be honest. Like,
I want to share this.
Outside of advertising, he's throwing stuff at the wall, and he'll probably get something to work. But I don't feel as confident that, like, what are they going to do? Make the next leading LLM? So I just feel like Amazon has an easier AI story to understand with AWS.
I mean, think about this. Meta is doing 102 billion in cash from operations at this point. Like they've already cracked it. There's only 5 companies that I'm aware of that have cracked this number. 102 billion.
Yeah. What about Amazon?
Amazon's right here, 121.
Yeah, I mean, look, Meta has better margins, so that helps. But okay, so would you rather buy Amazon or Meta at this price today?
I like them both. I do think Amazon has a lot going for it, but how do you discount a company that has a third of the global population utilizing its products and they haven't even really begun monetizing WhatsApp yet? And we don't even know how they're going to integrate WhatsApp into wearables. So I don't know. The real question is, why did you and I sleep on Microsoft?
What do you mean sleep on Microsoft?
Have you ever owned it?
No, but like what when were we supposed to buy Microsoft?
It only goes up.
Microsoft's the actual dud, even if Amazon's underperformed. Microsoft's the one that's actually been relatively flat. But you're right. It only goes up, and it's freaking Microsoft.
It only goes up, and it does 136 billion in cash from operations.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can say this for
21% year to date.
so yeah, no, this year it's had a good year. It's just 2024. It was flat compared to the other Mac 7. But I feel like for any of the Mac 7, you could say, how did we miss it, right? Outside of Apple and Tesla. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, last year Microsoft was not sexy to invest in, but this year with Azure freaking finally disclosing how much revenue run rate they do because they wanted to show everybody we're not messing around. Yeah, it became sexy. And they own OpenAI, right? Or own a chunk of it.
Do you think the deal gets restructured? They own what, 49%?
I don't know. I'm hearing 33% is what they actually like.
I thought they owned 49, but then there was a way that OpenAI would be able to dilute the hell out of it.
Yes. I see. I don't know. It's like, because now OpenAI wants to renege on the IP. Like, there's a lot of factors to that deal. That was done 2.5 years ago. So I have no idea what Microsoft even has access to.
It's going to be interesting. I'm getting ready for earnings. What's next week? Is there anything good next week besides Tesla?
Anything other than Tesla? No, Tesla's. Oh yeah, Netflix next week. It's Netflix and Tesla. I think that's it.
The following week's the big week.
Yeah, the following week's the bit. Next week is Netflix on Tuesday, Tesla on Wednesday, and then we're getting steaks on Monday, baby.
We are.
We are getting steaks on Monday. OpenAI, dude. Okay, what do you think about OpenAI entering into erotica in ChatGPT as like another vertical? So Sam Altman tweeted that they're going to now create an adult mode on OpenAI. And if someone wants to make a personalized AI girlfriend and have it talk to them in a certain way, you can't do that right now. You like, if you say, hey, ChatGPT, can you flirt with me? Like, it'll be like, no, that's inappropriate. But Sam Altman's like, starting next year, we're going to let people do that.
Is he going to charge more money for it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're assuming that they're going to make a lot of money off people using that as a feature.
Well, I was going to say, if he gives it out for free, I think he's an idiot. If he ends up charging for it, I think he's a genius.
They're going to make boatloads of. I mean, people will subscribe for that. But my thing is, the narrative is data centers are being used and increasing electricity prices for people to have AI girlfriends. It's kind of.
It makes you wonder where society is going to go, right?
Well, it is. There's already a population crisis. There's already a crisis with men not socializing as much. I mean, this shit does not feel like it's good for humanity at all. And electricity prices going up in your local neighborhood so someone can get an AI girlfriend. Like, is that the promise of AI? Right? All these AI video apps, is that the promise of AI? Just like more of this stupid content that feeds our dopamine? Or like, what's the real promise of AI? Because look, the elephant in the room for all of us outside of the ones that use LLMs every day to like make themselves more productive is where is exactly this whole AI thing going? Like, if I were to ask you
and it's going to take a ton of electricity and compute power. I want to be able to tell Netflix or Amazon, I did not like the way that season ended. Make me a new show. But that's AGI, and you got to think that's coming in 5 years.
But see, even that, is that a good use case for AI? Like, I get it, and you know, you're such a movie guy and all this like, content, it makes sense. But
I mean, the best use case is freaking figuring out how you eradicate cancer and every type of disease. Like that is where I want to see AI ultimately go, and also perfect gene editing, fix blindness. I mean, to me, that's the best use case for humanity right now with AI. So I should be more bullish on genomics only because of that stance.
But so drug discovery, is that the kind of is that the vertical you think that matters? Is that what you think will be the best thing? Like, I think robotics, self-driving, and drug discovery, right? Like, that's got to be the three.
Yeah, self-driving's got to be up there. Self-driving and drug discovery, to me, are probably the two most beneficial things to humanity through AI.
Yeah, but that's it, right? Like, who else? Like, what else is the use case for AI right now?
Well, robotics is a big thing, because think about it, when you embed AI into robotics, it becomes personal assistance. It gives you back a lot of time in your day. There's a huge applicable market for elderly care and just helping the elderly out around the house, bringing in the groceries, shoveling the driveway, all those things. So our lives will improve. It's just, where does it go beyond that? And I do think drug discovery, full self-driving, and robotics.
Yeah, and look, obviously we don't know enough about AI yet because we're in this early phase. So eventually we'll probably have more use cases. But in the enterprise, we're already seeing tons of use cases. That's, Palantir's growth. Robots, hopefully. Self-driving, I see that every day when I drive. That's definitely amazing. Although Tesla's been acting kind of stupid lately. The car has been just not as good as it was before. But like, what's that next big thing that these guys? I mean, Jensen says they're going to spend $4 trillion in capex. Like, okay, for what?
You have to think it's drug discovery, some of it.
No, but that's an important question, right? Because I don't think anyone can really answer that yet. No one actually has. The most biggest AI bull is going to be like, well, because we kind of have to, right?
I mean, look, we have an aging population. Elderly care has got to be up on that list.
No, and that's the robot thesis. I get it, but
yep.
I
think that's a much bigger market for robots than other things. Think about all the long-term care and skilled nursing facilities, and just think about how many older people live on their own.
Here's the other thing. What happens when AI is over? Like, when all the CapEx is done, all the build-out is done?
I don't know that it's going to be over, because you're still going to innovate.
You said there's 8 to 10 years, so inevitably it's going to be over. Right?
In the build-out, but that doesn't mean it's over, because then you go into maintenance mode. Because NVIDIA is not going to stop making better chips.
But maintenance doesn't. No. Then you think there's a 20-year cycle. Like, what do you think? Like, maintenance will not cost 3 to 4 trillion, I would imagine. Maintenance is maintenance. Well, what text did you just get? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
This is how I find out you're going out with Amit. LOL.
Huh? Oh. Oh, that's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. She's awesome.
I don't know. I think it's 10 years of CapEx build out, and then I think you have a full maintenance cycle behind it, because NVIDIA and AMD are not going to stop making better chips. I just don't think you're going to need as much space, and you'll be able to retrofit. We'll see. Nobody actually knows. That's just where my investment thesis is with this whole chip segment. Did you see Micron today? Micron went boom. We should have listened to me.
Yeah.
I should have listened to me.
I should have listened to you on Micron, on Oracle, on Elf. It's a bunch of these stocks this year, bro. Midterms years actually suck for the market.
Yeah, because there's uncertainty. The market does not like uncertainty.
I really hope 2026 doesn't.
It doesn't even matter who gets into office at this point. They just doesn't like uncertainty.
Yeah, 2026 sucking would be, dude. The thing is, if the markets get into a bear market, like people lost their mind when it was 3% down on Friday. Like, imagine it's a 20% drawdown on the S&P. I think it's hard to see that coming, but if it does, it's just gonna suck.
Like we're gonna get on stream every night, and we're just gonna be like, "Yeah, we lost more money today. What's up, everybody?" Like,
I mean, I'm just going to have to make thumbnails just saying I don't care. That'll be every thumbnail.
No, I get it, but eventually, it catches up to people if they get hit that bad.
I mean, once again, that's when people need to really think about it if they're diversified and how they're allocating capital. It's much easier for me to stomach those days because of S&P index funds.
No, but if the S&P has a 20% drawdown, that still is not fun.
Okay, but a 20% drawdown doesn't mean that you're losing that money forever.
No, I get. No, that I get. I'm just saying, living through that. I remember when Palantir went to 6, bro. That shit was not fun.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't fun.
The only part that was fun about it was the fact that we were making content and we had this community and we were just like, we're gonna be right one day.
Everybody thought that you and I were crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so I got interviewed by this lady at Fortune yesterday, and she put out an article. I'll link it in the chat if people want to read it about Palantir shareholder letters. And she was asking me, she was just like, so like, why does Karp write these shareholder letters in this philosophical way? And like, what's the point of this? Like, it's so, and I was like, this is why he's Karp. He's able to communicate in such a profound way. And I'm a philosophy guy, so I love it. And it's like, when he started putting out those letters back when the stock was $6-7, it's like, we were really reading that shit, believing like this guy actually cares about what he's saying. And
did you see the tweet that somebody did yesterday about you and Grindr, that you're buying Grindr?
I did see that. Yes,
that was hilarious.
That was Evan. If he's in the chat, he tagged me in it.
Is he? That was hilarious.
The fact that they're getting bought out and taken private is hilarious, bro. Like there are people saying Bumble is the dating play, and I've looked into Bumble's financials and they're okay, but I'm like, I don't know, bro. Match Group has been a dud for a long time. Like these dating companies as public investments have just not, they're good businesses, but they've not like been tech companies that you could, like, they're not like Shopify where you could hold it for the next 10 years and feel like, no, it's Tinder. It's like, who cares, right?
I will tell you, if the taxation on gambling gets repealed from the big, beautiful bill, it is going to be so bullish for freaking Kalshi and Robinhood. I don't think it's going to be as bullish anymore for DraftKings. I actually think Robinhood's going to eat DraftKings lunch now after using the prediction markets a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't think that regulation is going to be approved, though. Because it's in the big, beautiful bill for a reason, right?
It's one of the worst things I've seen. It doesn't make any sense.
Austin said, I met my fiance on Hinge and still want nothing to do with Match. Yeah, it's quite incredible the amount of people that meet online and like end up getting married. Like it's I don't know. I think that whole idea of you just find someone randomly and it just like turns into like, but it happened for hundreds of years. That's how we got this population, right? But I just feel like it's not a thing anymore.
I think a lot of people think that there's a lot of tailwinds for Hood. I think there's a lot of tailwinds for Hood. I mean, you know that I disliked and I thought that the app was for little kids and everything about it went against everything that I do. And just, I got to tell you, it is so easy to buy freaking Ethereum and the price spread is so good. It's crazy. Got to give them a lot of credit for what they built. And the prediction market is very bad for DraftKings. And I know DraftKings looks interesting now, but I think they have a lot of problems. And they spend so much money on marketing. Just customer acquisition for DraftKings is not great.
I think the stock will be fine long term, but like I've just realized I want to invest in businesses that legitimately have moats that I'm proud to hold for at least a decade. And this is not every investment I do, but it, like the sort of majority of the investments I want to make, I want to have that time frame. I want to be convicted on the story. I want to love the story. I want to buy the dip with, eagerness. And when it rips like Hood to 150, I want to have zero pressure of feeling like I need to sell. Like those are, I think, some of the best investments you can make. And it's hard to find those stocks, but like DraftKings is not one of those stocks for me, right?
I'm looking at their freaking income statement. They have scaled their revenue so much, and they've never been profitable in a year.
DraftKings, yeah, it's like Snapchat, bro. These guys, I published this on my Substack yesterday, but so I have 3 pillars of when I analyze a company: sector, management, and
Oh,
profit.
don't give away what you're going to write about.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I already put this post out yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but the third thing that I care about is this? The question is this company profitable, or do they have a path to profitability? Because if we're gonna invest like seriously, the stocks we need to invest in need to bring earnings to the bottom line for shareholders. They need to have earnings per share, and that doesn't mean you can't invest in a company.
You're talking like a
no. Well, look, I invested in 2 companies.
Investor, I love it.
I invested in 2 companies that didn't have profits, like Palantir and Hood, but I saw the path.
Right.
And I think if you invest in a Snapchat and you can't find the path to profitability, it's a trade. Then it's not an investment. Like, a company has to wake up one day, put on their big boy pants, and make a profit. And if they can't do that, why are we in it?
So I'm going to show you something. And it does not benefit me to say this by any means. But when you have net income of huge freaking losses across the board like that over a decade, and when you look at the R&D, what R&D does Snapchat do? I mean, look at the amount of money that they're spending. $2 billion in 2022, $1.9 billion in 23, $1.65 billion in 24, $1.7 billion in the TTM.
Yeah.
I don't use Snapchat. I've never had Snapchat. I don't know anything about it, but that seems like a lot of R&D expenses to not monetize.
Look, my history with Snapchat is quite fascinating because back in 2012, so they started in 2011, right?
Do they even do free cash flow? I'm listening.
I don't know. You're gonna get free
All right, a little bit, a couple $100 million. For 390 something million.
When the app came out in 2011, I don't know how I hopped on it, but I hopped on it. And there was a girl when I was in 7th grade, and she was on it as well, and we were friends, and we started Snapchatting. And at the time, it wasn't really like texting. It was just literally you send a selfie that disappears in 5 seconds, and I got hooked on it because of that girl. Like, every day for at least 7 to 8 months of 7th grade, I was hooked on this app. And then we just stopped talking. We ended up going to different high schools because we were in middle school. And I stopped using the app. And I stopped like actually caring about Snapchat. And so when they went public in 2017, when I was in college, I remember Snapchat. I still didn't use it at the time, but oh yeah, it's Snapchat. Teenagers use. And then I just remember thinking like, okay, but would I want to buy this? And I never bought it. And it's almost 8 years later. And I look at the financials today and I'm like, thank goodness I never actually thought of like meaningfully investing in that company, because I was a power user of the product, but they probably made zero money off of me and I didn't stay. I'm still a user of Instagram. I'm still a user of Facebook, even though I barely use it, but I it's on my phone. Snapchat, I mean, bro, I don't use Snapchat. And I think that's the problem.
I would love for it to go up. It would benefit me. I just have a very hard time understanding what they're doing. And look, it's a little unfair for me to say that because I don't really follow the company, but the fact that nobody wants to acquire them is a problem.
No, Zuck's offered, but Evan Spiegel's actually kind of insane. Not because he rejected the offer, but because he has such control over the voting class shares, and he abuses his power on the voting class shares egregiously. But he doesn't produce results. So he doesn't produce any shareholder results, but he has all the voting rights, which Zuck's also has all the voting rights. He has like 60% of it, but Zuck's produces earnings. Snapchat doesn't. Yeah, the spending a lot of R&D on the Snap glasses is stupid to me, because who's wearing a Snapchat glasses? Like, if you're wearing glasses, it's going to be Apple or Meta. If glasses even succeed, I've still not left the overall, I guess, take that I've had for the past 2.5 years, which is that I don't think glasses are going to work as a long-term tailwind. for a computing platform. Like I really don't think glasses are going to be the thing that replaces the phone. So if they are, it's Apple or Meta. It's not Snapchat. And then what? Snapchat's going to sell them for a couple $100? Like what more? Like, come on. Like this is not even, it's a joke. But it's a great trading stock. So it's just one of those names that, but I do want to look deeper into it because look, we're being so biased here and bashing them. Maybe this is usually when you want to look at a company and say maybe there's a sliver of something that we're not looking at, but it depends on doing a dive on it.
We'll see. We'll see. I want to get your take on two things. Shit. Oh,
Why are you cursing, bro?
Because I freaking spilled some water, but it didn't hit anything, so it doesn't matter. I know you don't really follow the sports card world. Did you see the Twitter beef today?
There's Twitter beef?
Dude, huge Twitter beef today. Jeff Wilson, good old sports card investor, submitted a card to PSA, and they upcharged him over $4,000. And he shared the letter he got from PSA, and he said, "I don't care what anyone says. This is the greatest email you can get, especially on a single card submission when PSA now thinks the card is worth $100,000. Take my money all day long at PSA. Grading is the most immediate value increase money can buy." So a lot of the community got upset with him that this is no longer for the whole industry is no longer for collectors. It's become now all investors, people trying to flip. And what he's saying is, I submitted a card for however much the baseline was. Call it 500 because he probably thought it was going to get some type of grade. And they come back and say, you owe another $4,000. And Jeff Wilson saying, yeah, sure, take my money. I'm going to give you $4,000 to get back a card that's now worth $100,000. Because and I have no idea what card this is. I'll speculate that the raw card was probably worth like $5,000. And now he's turning it into a $100,000 card. So there was a huge back and forth with a lot of people. It was pretty interesting to follow. But yeah, not just Twitter beef on.
Yeah, the fact that there's beef in the sports card community.
Oh yeah, like real beef.
I've been in Twitter beef before. It's not fun because everyone has an opinion. But
I almost got into Twitter beef, but I got blocked.
Oh yeah, we gotta. Dude, there's this one guy who it's this account that sells some Discord, and he screenshotted my post after Nvidia earnings, and he was like, "This was the top of Nvidia," and then Nvidia fell 10%. And I just wanted to comment the other day on his post and be like, because Nvidia's much higher than, I was like, well, this actually wasn't the top of Nvidia, but I hope this post created enough engagement for you to sell as many subscriptions as possible. Because if you look at his other posts, there's no one engages because it's all bullshit. Like there's nothing real there. But you screenshot me and then try to dunk on me, and I'm like, okay, so this is what you did to sell your subscription, but Nvidia didn't top. Right. But then you realize even responding to that is beneath you at some point, you know?
I get it.
Being the bigger person is so important, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I call him Sir Joseph Carlson, because he's better than me.
That's true. No, but it's true. It's just as you grow as an individual, it's why would you even respond to some of this shit? It's just so, as much as you want to. And there's some moments where you need to. You need to be like, all right, I'm responding to this because this is stupid. But there's other moments where you're like, okay, so
I really don't respond to anything. I could care less.
Yeah. I mean, because you're giving them more attention, and they're obviously talking about you because they want attention, because they can't get attention in any other way. So it's if they're so desperate to do that and you feed into that, it just there's no point.
I do have to say, I'm so excited to see what Kevin O'Leary does. Him and this other guy, I forget his name, they have now spent $29 million on cards, and they are really going to start an ETF at some point. And I think it's going to be through O'Leary shares. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I hope they tokenize it or they make it into an ETF.
I think they're going to. And I just got confirmation next Sunday, 26th, Amit. Should I
What?
break it or wait? What I texted you earlier about the person who's going to come on.
Oh, dude, to be honest, I just don't think a lot of people know this person. So I think
No,
you should,
it's not this world.
yeah. So you should definitely, maybe not today, you don't have to say, but before you should educate people on who he is.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big guy in the sports card world. Let's just say that.
yeah. I'm super excited. He is fascinating.
Yeah. I agree. It's cool, dude. And the fact that he responded to you and wants to come on the show, like it just shows the power of asking. You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? I'm going to put this out there. This is an idea I have. Okay. 2026. So I've wanted to start like a really important philosophical podcast for a long time. Like I sit here, you sit there, and we talk for 3 hours, and we have like a really deep conversation, like Joe Rogan versus like the people that just sit with influential people and have a good conversation. Because I think I can ask questions in a way that would produce a good conversation. I am thinking starting next year, here's an approach I want to have towards collaborating with influential people, like the really big CEOs. I want to go to the media teams of these CEOs, and I want to pitch them like, let Zuckerberg just do a stream with me. Let me sit here. Zuck sits here. Super informal, super chill. The chat's there. We're laughing. It's live. And we're just talking shit. Like, I want to do that with Jensen and Elon. And we did that with Karp, right? With Zucks, with Daniel Ek, with Shopify. See, like Brian Armstrong. Maybe Vlad one day. That would be pretty, like, I just think it would be so different to stream with like a Bill Ackman instead of having some super organized podcast. And you just sit there and then you just like, you get to ask more personal questions. Like, Zucks, you got $300 billion. What does it feel like, bro? Having $300 billion?
What does it feel like to get a dividend check of that size from the company you founded?
Like, if
like,
you ask
what do? You just say, I think I'm just going to go buy another boat.
Yeah, like you do that on a podcast, bro, and it's like that's like we have all these cameras and stuff. It's like, what are you doing asking that? You know, it's got to get deeper in the heart. But like when you're sitting with someone live and you're just like with a chat, you're like, bro, it's just fun. Like I think these CEOs would embrace it too, because I've talked to some of the press teams of these CEOs. They are trying to get coverage and diversify their media relations all the time. They don't want to be stagnant, static figures in the eyes of the public. I mean, Zuck's literally rebranded from a robot lizard into someone who's cool over the past 4 years. And a lot of that's because he talked and he went on all these different podcasts of like people that were cool. So like he got to, Aura farm, as they would say. I just think that would be such an interesting idea. And I don't think anyone has done that in finance before.
No, you should do it. I mean, I think you'd be great at it. I think if you do it, there's a list of people you should definitely try to talk to.
Someone says they won't let you do it live. That would be the condition, though.
You have to do it live.
Like otherwise, it's not fun. And if they don't want to do it, then it's like, okay, then what are we going to record a video? But like, no, it's like the whole point is to just have fun with it.
Yeah, and also to make sure nothing gets taken out of context.
I think people are underestimating how much these CEOs really do want to be in front of people in a more human way. I think it's very possible that, and we just got to get one big one, bro. You just got to get one big one.
If you could sit down and talk with 5 people, who would they be? Finance or not finance? Just long form, 3-hour show.
Jensen, Elon. Karp. I feel like we've had conversations, but like if you're talking about long form 3 hours, yeah, definitely Karp. It's just we've already done something, but that would be really nice to do long form. Jensen, Elon, Karp. Honestly, Trump. Let me put him up there. And then one more person. Not in the tech space, finance space. Trying to think pop culture outside of that.
Mine are all pop culture.
Oh, I know. Leo DiCaprio.
Of course. Can you guess?
I just want to ask. Oh, Drake. I forgot Drake.
Can you guess who I'm going to say?
Dude, you're probably gonna be some random freaking movies actress from 1973 that I like. What's that guy's? What's the like? I don't even know the names of these people. That
I'm
like
about
no,
to say
I can't-
Sylvester Stallone.
no, this Van Gogh guy or something. Oh, John Van Dam or something. What's his name?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Claude Van. Wait, what's his name?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Why does he have all these names in all these different areas? Yeah,
He's JVD.
John Claude Van Damme. Is he on it? Is he on the list?
So Rogan, without a question.
With Van Gogh. That's an artist. That's a painter. Bro.
So I
Mark
really
Robbins.
think it would be Rogan, Dana White, because I would love to talk to them about MMA.
Really? Rogan and Dana White make your top
Yeah.
5? What?
I'm such an MMA fan. Jeter.
Okay. From that perspective, I get it. Okay. MMA, I get it.
So Rogan, and this is not in any order. Rogan, Dana White, Derek Jeter, Dave Portnoy, and,
What is this list, bro?
and
What?
probably David Sachs.
You're talking about 5 people on the
Yeah.
planet, and your list is Dave Portnoy?
Yeah, because I would sit there and talk to him about pizza for 3 hours. That'd be the only subject I talk to him.
No, let me take that back. That actually would be a fire. That would, because of your perspective on pizza, that would be amazing.
I would love, like, I want to sit down with Portnoy and find out why he disrespects Neapolitan so much. Like, he doesn't have a baseline. Like, if it's a Neapolitan, it automatically is 7 to 8. And I don't get it.
Wait, so say the 5 again? Dana, Joe.
Probably Dana, because I think it's so interesting what he did and how he did it. And I've listened to the story so many times, as he said on so many different podcasts, that it would just be fascinating to have the conversations. I would have different questions to ask him about how he did it, and more so on him and I share probably what our favorite fight is in the UFC. And because he's seen more fights in person than anybody except for probably Rogan, I would have a lot of questions just about his favorite fights, greatest of all time, even though he's going to say John Jones, and just dealing with the athletes. It's just, I think it would be fascinating because I love that stuff.
So hold on. It's Dana, Joe, Dave, and who are the other 2?
Derek Jeter.
Okay.
Without a question. Like, I've met him. He's amazing person, so nice. Like, love to have a conversation with him about when he played, what's different today, what he would do with the Yankees. Can we get rid of Cashman? A lot of things.
Who's the 5th?
David Sachs.
Oh, Sachs. I feel like that would be the most boring conversation, to be honest.
It'd be so much fun to talk to Sachs. I would like to talk to him and Chamath, either or. Like, it would be such a great conversation.
But I feel like Sachs and Chamath, like, they're in the tech world. Like, we already, it's like, I don't know. I don't think it would be that interesting.
For me, it would be very fun.
Yeah, I would ask Leo DiCaprio why he keeps dating 25-year-olds. That would be like my number 1 question. It's a thing, right? Like, that's a legit thing. Like, he doesn't date people over 25. It's weird, bro. And then for Jensen, I mean, like, it's Jensen. That would be just like it's Jensen. Elon, I would try to get deep with Elon and like go philosophical and like screw Tesla. I don't even care. Like,
are aliens real?
No, but like Elon, the pressure that Elon has on him, that he willingly takes on, the media scrutiny that he deals with, I would just like to understand him a little bit better.
You know what question I'd like to ask Elon? How many nights a month does he sleep at the office?
Well, dude, he's constantly working.
I know. That's what I actually want to know. Like, does he sleep at the office a couple of times a month? Is it once a month? I can see him sleeping at the office 5 to 10 times a month.
Okay, we will not tolerate Drake slander in this chat, especially from the mods. That's the worst thing. You can't even ban the mods. So let's tone it down on the Drake slander here. But no, I agree. I just think Elon's work ethic is so
It's amazing.
It makes you think you're not even working hard when you look at him.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
if it doesn't matter what you think of him, if you like him or if you don't like him, but his work ethic is unmatched by 99.9% of the world.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and then who's the other? Carp. I would love to talk to him about, how he got to the point where he realized Western values was like the core thing that he truly wanted to spend time
Have you ever seen the Two Towers?
Twin Towers?
No, the Two Towers.
That's a movie?
Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. Where he got the name for Palantir from. You've never seen the movie?
Look, I like Palantir.
I kind of suggest you go see that movie before you talk to your buddy Carp again.
I'm just saying, like, if you could give me a summary on it before I talk to him, that would be important. But
You don't want another Animal House incident.
I like some of the Twin Towers, bro. Like, I was actually born a couple years before that whole thing happened. Dude, my gripe with New York City is that they should have rebuilt the World Trade Center as the two towers, not this one tower freedom thing that they did. Like,
no, Amit just kicked himself out. I agree with him that they should have just freaking rebuilt the towers as two towers and just made them bigger. I don't know. I think it's freaking crazy that he hasn't seen the two towers. It's crazy. Favorite company is Palantir, and this guy hasn't even seen the two towers. He doesn't even know what the orb looks like. It's crazy.
Dude, look at this thing is a thing of beauty. Okay? The elegance and simplicity. Like, no one can tell me those two towers standing in the sky the way they are, overlooking New York City skyline. No one can tell me that is not the actual skyline that deserves to be representing New York freaking city.
I gotta tell you, whenever I drive over the bridge, it's just like, man, I cannot believe how big the New York City skyline has gotten. It's always been big, but it's been built up so much over the past 2 decades. It's really crazy.
Like, hold on, look at this. Does this look better than what does this, and I see this every day.
I mean, it looks more modern, but that's also because of the other buildings.
It definitely looks more modern, but does this have any, like, does this even kind of look better than this? This is elegance. This is the simplicity of the towers was the beauty of it. And they just
it's hard to judge because there's been so much development around that area that it just looks completely different now. I mean, have you gone to Hudson Yards?
Yeah, a couple times.
How crazy is Hudson Yards?
Yeah, they've completely turned it into
crazy.
Economic. You know, 8% of America's GDP runs through New York City.
Yeah.
It's New York, bro. It's New York. But I really wish I took a class on 9/11 when I was in high school, or not high school, college. I studied 9/11 pretty deeply, to be honest. Like, one of the reasons I didn't watch all these movies is because I was watching, when I was 10, 12 years old, videos and documentaries on YouTube about 9/11. Like, I've really studied 9/11 as a historical event. And now I get to walk past and see the skyline every day. And it's just like, if I could see those two towers, the Twin Towers, every day, I feel like it would be a totally different experience. And I feel like it would have been a sense of resiliency from the United States to be like, you tore us down, but we're going to build it right back up, versus just one tower.
I would have liked two towers, but it is what it is. Horrible, horrific event that's just should never happened.
Dude, the 9/11 stuff is crazy, bro. When you go down the rabbit hole on 9, it is just like, there was only one video of the first tower getting hit. It was some random person who was near a fireman, and he heard a sound above him. If he did not turn his phone, we would have never seen the first tower getting hit ever. There's one video in the history of this planet of that. And then everyone got the second tower because obviously the news was covering it. But it's just, man.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
My parents were on the top of the Twin Tower in August of 2001. I think I was on top of it too. We had some family come over from DC. So we were there like a month before. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's such a depressing thing.
Yeah, as a New Yorker, I mean, you must have a.
I remember where I was. I mean, I can tell you everything about that day. Really crazy.
I just remember my uncle worked in New York, so everyone was concerned about my uncle, and he had to walk like miles to come back to New Jersey because everything was closed on the roads. So, yeah, it was recorded through a camera, not a phone. It was because phones didn't really have the best cameras at the time.
Pretty wild. So, doing anything good this weekend?
So I'm going back. My mom actually got a bit. She was traveling and she got a bit sick. So I'm gonna go see her tomorrow. Just nothing crazy, just like a fever. But Monday is Diwali, which is an Indian holiday. So I'm sure there's like some stuff I have to help set up over the weekend. And then Monday I'm gonna go back and be with the fam. But no, outside of that,
Good stuff.
nothing crazy this weekend.
Good stuff. You're a good role model. I think you need your sleep, Amit.
Sleep is important. Sleep is important.
I think you
Yeah,
need your sleep.
I think we might do some firecrackers. I'm not sure. We might. Dude, I'm doing nothing for my birthday.
Please don't hurt yourself.
No, we like you have to do it in a certain way. It's like they're like really small. They're not that crazy, but usually people do it. But no, I'm not doing anything for my birthday. My birthday is just going to be literally me at home. And I don't want to do anything for my birthday. Like, I don't feel the urge to like go to Vegas or some shit. Like, I genuinely don't care. Like, a couple years ago, I went to Vegas and it was fun, but like,
Welcome to adulthood.
yeah, it's like, dude, like, I don't like, why do I need to have some party and celebrate? I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. But on the contrary, my mom raised me really making sure I felt special on my birthday. Like every birthday since I was a kid, she would make me feel like I was the most special person on the planet that day. So I put in a lot of work to make sure my family and friends have a good birthday. Or at least I try to care as much as I can. And, you know, my mom loves surprises and stuff. So we surprised her last year for her birthday with a big dinner and like a party and stuff. But for myself, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same way. To me, it's just another day. I care about everybody else's birthday, not mine.
Yes, exactly.
Just another day.
Yeah, we're gonna stream together. I'll be live in the market open, market close. So yeah, we'll do 2 streams on my birthday. It'll be a regular Monday. But
I can't believe how many people are asking for an Atlantic City meetup.
Atlantic City, I haven't been there.
I'm wondering if that's because I went Rain Man last night on craps. Like somebody made a thing on X about me going Rain Man on freaking craps last night.
How do you feel now that you're famous?
I'm not famous.
No, but you get my point. Like a lot more people see you, hear you, interact with you. It's not just Stephen Fiorillo Seeking Alpha article guy anymore. Like, dude, you're the fastest growing YouTube channel in finance in history. No, it took me a year. No, it took me 5 months to be honest. It took me 5 months to get to 10,000. I remember it was March 2022. It took me 5 months to get to 10,000. But you're going to be at 10,000 by the end of November. Like,
I mean, at this rate, it may be quicker.
Maybe quicker. Like, it is.
I mean, it's not because of me. It's because of you guys pumping it.
I don't know, but okay, dude, you keep saying that. At the end of the day, people have to choose to subscribe.
No, I get that, but you guys gave it a boost.
Yeah, but at the end of the people have to make a conscious choice to subscribe. It's not about them feeling compelled to do it because me or Tanner say so. Like at the end of the day, they have to choose to be here. They have to choose to.
No, listen, I'm grateful. I'm happy that everybody enjoys the content. Happy that everybody enjoys what I think about it and find it useful, because I put it out for people to have another point of view on their research before they make decisions. So I'm just happy.
No, but that's not my question. My question is, how does it feel having all these eyeballs that are now on you daily?
I don't know.
I feel like it hasn't hit you yet, to be honest.
No,
It has not hit you yet.
no. Maybe if somebody notices me on the street, that may be when it hits, but no. I don't know.
But I'm not even talking about it from that perspective. I'm talking about you're gonna wake up one day. I've had this feeling where I wake up randomly, middle of the night, early morning, whatever, and it just hits you like there's a lot of people out there in the world that like have an opinion on me. And it's like it hits you, right? And you're just like, and you walk with the burden of knowing that like you're not just a random person where no one cares, but like you like people think things about you. They care about your perspectives, opinions. You say something bad, it has an impact. You might, you can ruin your reputation if you take the wrong offer. Like that shit adds up in terms of some form of pressure. And I was talking to Tanner about this as well. It's like it's not the easiest to mentally deal with that. You have to try to really stay grounded when that plays out. Like even just like stock picks, right? Like you publicly associate yourself with a stock. I'm probably gonna get a ton of shit tomorrow when Robinhood goes back to 125, because it's like, well, Amit, I got a DM yesterday like, Amit, I bought a hood at 150. Is it ever getting back there? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, probably, but like, like you just have to deal with it. And with Seeking Alpha, it's different. On YouTube, when you get bullish on something and people can see and hear you, or bearish on something, like then they associate it with you way more heavily than just reading your words on Seeking Alpha. And so I do think it's going to be something that's a learning curve for you.
Yeah, we'll see. As long as the dairy dealer knows who I am, that's all that matters.
No, you also might just not care. Like you just
really don't. I didn't want to sound like a schmuck, but I just don't care.
Yeah, you also just don't care.
I'm just a normal freaking person, man. Like, I'm not looking for that. It really doesn't matter.
Michelle says, I had someone in Kroger, like, of course she's in the cake aisle. She follows me on social media for my cakes, but I didn't even know her. Like Michelle makes cake videos on Instagram, and like even that is weird, right? Like it's just different, bro. It's just different. Really is different. I mean, like even Carp. Did you see the video in South Korea? Did you see this yet?
No.
Can we watch it, bro?
Yes.
Like Carp is a rock star, an absolute rock. Look at how he was treated in South Korea. I mean, this thing is just, it makes me just so happy. I almost teared up watching this video, bro. Like, it is crazy to see the love that he is getting. And it goes against the bullshit narratives people have about Palantir when you actually see the love he gets. I'm going to turn the freaking audio. I don't want you to get copyrighted, but this is the video. Line across the block. This was their merch store. No one knew that Carp was coming, by the way. These guys didn't know.
Oh, it's so cool.
These guys didn't know. And look at that. Look at that. He's giving his hat to a soldier. He gives the hat to the baby. Look at the baby.
I love that he gave a hat to a soldier. I love that.
You can't hear the audio, but he says, someone says, I bought your book and then I bought the stock. And he was like, great. You increased your mind. You increased your bank account.
Love it.
I mean, it's just incredible, right? So let me give you the inside game on this. This is a Steve exclusive story because everyone's here with us at 11:30. So I was talking in September about a potential international trip that I may be taking in October. And the reason for that trip was because Iliano hit me up in August and he was like, bro, you want to come to South Korea? And I was like, no. I was like, Bro, I'm barely getting settled into my new apartment. Like, I love the offer, but I'm sorry, I don't want to go. Like, I kind of put my foot down. I was like, bro, I'm tired. Like, I've just been traveling like crazy. Then he calls me up. He's like, Amit. I'm like, what? He's like, you need to come. I was like, dude, like, why? He's like, is it that? He's like, dude, Carp personally asked for you to come.
I can't believe you didn't go.
No, but I'll get into the story. But he's like, Carp personally wants you to be there. And so I'm on the phone with him, and I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm like, all right, when are the dates? When do you need me? Like, let's just get this shit set up. Let's do it. And he was like, yes, finally, we got you. But then the problem is with the logistics, right? So it just didn't end up working out from a planning perspective. They had way too much shit on their side to plan out. I mean, this took them a long time to plan out and make it happen. There's a lot of security issues as well. And then on the other hand, they can't pay for me to go there, right? Because then, the conflict of interest, because I talked about the stock. So they were thinking, how do we get him there? And they were thinking, like, can we get a sponsor that works with Palantir? And we were talking with someone at AIPCon, and like, there was a bunch of ideas, but it happened way too fast for it to materialize and me actually getting on a flight and going to South Korea. So I didn't end up making, and quite frankly, I would have loved to be there, but dude, I needed the past 2 weeks at home after all the traveling in September. Like there would have been no market closed for the past 2 weeks. Barely would have been a market open. Like it's freaking, there's a 15-hour time difference, right? So I actually was happy to be home, but yeah, I almost went, and I think the next one we might end up doing something, but it was pretty crazy because going to South Korea would have been just getting to like see the culture there, right? And then getting to witness that, it would have been awesome.
Do you think that you can get them to have Jocko be the freaking operator on a conference call again, please?
You ask that every time.
I know. And that's like one of the biggest highlights. Like the fact that they had Captain America open up their conference call. I actually led a Seeking Alpha article with that. I put it in one of the very first freaking Palantir articles I ever wrote, that the fact that they had Captain America be the operator was amazing.
Well, they're just not, they don't need that shit anymore, bro. They're like, Carp is the guy.
It's not about needing it. He's a freaking Navy SEAL.
No, I know it would be cool, but like it would also be a publicity stunt if they did that, and I don't think they need to.
Trust me, it wasn't a publicity stunt when they did it. When they did, nobody really knew who Jocko was.
But no one knew who Palantir was either. That's why they probably did it. They're a little too corporate now, I think, to do that. I mean, they're not as corporate, but it would be cool if that happened one day.
It would be so great if they did that.
I am happy I stayed though, bro. Like I couldn't imagine upending my life.
It would have been freaking hectic.
It would have been really hectic.
I get it.
Like really hectic.
I think you should have went, but I get it.
No, but it wasn't even up to me. It's not like I rejected. I told him, all right, like as soon as he said Carp personally asked to make sure you're there, I was like, all right, dude, like whatever, figure it out. Let's do it. But it, again, the logistics just didn't work out to.
Yeah, I mean, how long could you have just done a week, or would it have to be like a 2-week thing?
No, it would have been a week, but like again, it was like they didn't know how they would pay for it. They didn't know how they would get it. They didn't know how they would frame it. Like there's all these different conversations that legally they need, so it happened.
Yeah, no, I get it. From that aspect, it's probably better you didn't go. Just
I mean, like eventually they'll probably figure out a way if they want to make it happen, but they had a lot of other shit to worry about, like actually building the merch. This is the first time they've done a pop-up, so it's not easy to make that happen.
I need to buy some Palantir gear.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't have any yet.
I haven't got around to it.
Guys, it wasn't just about me paying for it. If push came to shove, I would pay for it, but there also has to be a lot of logistical planning. The money was the like 1% of the concern. Money was not the issue. The issue was, how do you justify me being there in South Korea, documenting the whole thing? It's like, there's a fine line of how this all plays out, and I don't think they have that figured out. Carp is also sporadic, right? Carp's like, yeah, let's get Amit there. Like he has all these ideas, but then legally in the structure of the ideas, it needs to manifest. And that shit takes time. That takes a lot of creative engineering to figure it all out. So I think on the next one, it could hopefully happen. But the cool thing is, though, they got to interact with a lot of the international Korean YouTubers. Like there's a massive Korean YouTube audience for Palantir, like massive. Like these people bought millions of shares when this thing was $6-7, and they have their own Korean influencers for Palantir, like literally dedicated people that talk about Palantir in Korean. So those people got a lot of coverage, and I think that was a really good thing. And they got to document the story versus me documenting it, which I like, because it's native in their country, and they got to actually tell the story in that way.
I'll tell you. Palantir Milk Cup. I mean, you got to make that happen.
Palantir Milk Cup.
Palantir Milk Cup.
That was a Steve exclusive story. I'm never talking about that on my channel. I was never going to talk about it, but
yeah, you can't talk about that.
This is for you guys late at night. That's the story.
The late night crew. I got to tell you, the people that show up to my stream is definitely the late night crew.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's 1,000 people here. They love you, bro.
I got to get you to start watching movies is what I need to do.
No, but then how are you going to make fun of me for not watching movies?
I don't want to make fun of you. Like, I'm not trying to make
you
fun
do.
of you. Like, no, I'm trying to get you to actually watch movies because I don't want what happened with Ives to happen to you again.
Dude, it's a classic. It's a classic movie, bro. Hansky says 6:30 here in Finland. Been listening. All right, let's do this. Where are you watching from? Put in the chat. Where are you watching from? And what time is it? Where you're watching from? Late night with Steve, exactly.
Yeah, Michelle, I don't get it. Like,
dude, movies are hard to sit through, bro. It's like a punishment.
Oh my god.
Like I don't get
punishment.
Excited. UK, Australia, Phoenix, Vietnam, about to take a grab to go grab breakfast. Dude,
like that.
Up my bags, bro. Freaking thing got to 569 today. Like, goodness gracious, bro. I had a 577 order. I had a 575. The 575 wasn't getting filled for like an hour. I was going to adjust it to 576. I was like, screw it. Let's see if it gets filled. 10 minutes later, it's at 572. I'm like, well, it got filled. It got filled, bro.
Let me ask you this. Did you see the movie Tag?
I played Tag when I was younger.
I think that you would thoroughly enjoy that movie.
Why?
I really do.
Why? Tag, comedy, action, 2018. Who's Jeremy Renner?
You did not just say that out loud.
Genuinely don't know who this guy is.
Oh my god! I want.
He's in the Avengers?
Yeah, he's Hawkeye.
Born Legacy?
Yeah.
The Town? Oh, The Hurt Locker. I remember that movie.
Dude.
No, I've never heard of this guy. Jeremy Renner. Is he like a big guy? Like a legit?
Guys, I'm going to apologize to everybody in the chat. This is unacceptable. I've done my best.
What are you apologizing for? I don't know the guy. Like, what?
My best to get Amit to start watching stuff. He just won't do it. I don't know what to say anymore.
I watched The Avengers, but I don't remember. Dude, that was a long time ago. Who watches The Avengers random? Who wakes up and is like, let me watch The Avengers? Like, no. Like, what?
I mean,
when's the last time you watched The Avengers? Be honest. You guys probably haven't seen it in years. Who's watched in the last year?
Years. I probably saw The Town like, I don't know, 6 months ago.
Someone said I watched Heat today better than I remember. Dude, Heat was
hold on. Who said that?
So trash.
Who said that? Who said that?
One Greener said that. No, I didn't say Endgame, Michelle. I said The Avengers. The first one. The first one, no one watches that shit.
Heat's amazing.
Heat is such a bad... Dude, I can't believe you made me sit there.
Top 5 movie.
It is not a top 5 movie.
Top 5 movie.
Comic book movies are getting stale. Yeah, dude, comic book movies are over. They can't make any more of these. They're done. What, are they going to revive the Avengers and start a new franchise again? Like a new set of movies? Like, no, it's over. It's done.
You know what the problem is with comic book movies?
What?
There are actors and actresses that do such a good job you can't remake, you can't redo it. Like you can never have anybody play Wolverine other than Hugh Jackman. You just can't do it. There will never be as good of a Wolverine ever.
If you do some due diligence on Grab, I'll watch whatever movie you want. I'm talking about real Steve types of due diligence on Grab. I will watch whatever stupid movie you want me to watch.
Whatever stupid movie.
Yes. You need to spend a day actually, forget a day. You need to spend like 2 hours actually looking at
No. How about this? Because I could spend 2 hours and still not understand it. To make it fair, I have to do enough due diligence where I actually write an article about it. That way, everybody knows that I actually did the D-Day.
Yes.
Because you know that I'm not going to put an article out if I don't actually do it.
And when we go get steaks on Monday,
yeah,
I'm going to slip you 100 under the table.
No, you're not. You're not.
Hold on. On that 100,
no.
When you flip it over,
yeah,
there's going to be a word, 2 words.
Yeah.
It's going to be buy rating. And I'm going to need you to take that 100.
No, stop it.
And issue a buy rating.
It's not happening,
on
everybody.
my stock so that people buy it and it goes higher.
It's not happening.
That's what I need you to do. Okay.
Not happening.
You have 40,000 Seeking Alpha followers. I need you to tell all of them to buy my bags so I can make money.
Aren't you up on it?
I'm up on the options, but not on the shares. The shares have been averaging up like crazy. But like, dude, I think when you look at it, dude, I know who you are. You're going to, outside of the whole anti-America or anti-Asia stuff, you're going to be like, how the hell is this trading at these levels?
No, it's not anti-anything. I just don't like investing in things outside the U.S.
No, I get it. So I'm saying outside of that perspective, I'm pretty sure you're going to say it's a buy. Like it's not even.
I think I only have 2 investments that are outside of the U.S. No, 3. Because I got rid of Baba, 3. So Enbridge, but I consider that a U.S. company, even though it's Canadian. So Enbridge, because most of their business is in the U.S. And then I have 2 international ETFs. I have VEA and SPEM.
I'm just saying you're going to realize it's cheap. At a 15 billion enterprise value, growing the way that you're going to be like, this is cheap. But you just refuse to do the work on it. And I'm like, I think you should do the work. I know it's been a slow mover. It's still up 25% this year. So it's still beating the S&P. It's just.
Oh, man, they're getting into movie talk in the chat. They're saying True Romance, which is amazing. Oh, the amount of people in True Romance is incredible. And Amit is typing it right now.
No, I was actually typing up Grab stock.
Like Michael like the fact that Michael Rappaport is in that movie and Brad Pitt is the guy on the couch. Like, I don't even think Brad Pitt has a single line. I think he just makes a sound in that movie when he's smoking a joint. Like, such an incredible movie.
You know, you want to see, I didn't get to talk about this on my show today, so let me pull this up. You know, I used a meme from one of your favorite movies today to respond to something.
Which movie?
The Godfather.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Tell me if this makes sense. So,
what's that?
This guy bought Hood today, Jonathan Jackson.
Okay.
Politician. He sits on the House Subcommittee on Digital Assets, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, you're not sharing the screen, sure.
Oh.
And obviously, digital assets are something Robinhood special.
Yeah, it's something they know something about.
Come on, bro. It's all corrupt. It's all freaking corrupt. But this was my meme. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. Because isn't this the moment where he's like, tell me what you want from me or some shit? Like, what can I do for you?
On the day of his daughter's wedding.
Yeah, whatever day it was. I mean, like, so it's kind of just like, hey, you're part of the family type of, like, what can you do for me type of. Why are you guys saying no, bro? It got 103 likes. 103 people obviously thought it made sense. It definitely works, bro. Steve, come on, it works, bro. It fucking works.
Uh,
I thought it was cool using that meme. I guess not. 103 people give it a pity like. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to listen to this freaking Rogan podcast. Like, there's so many clips from it on X.
Dude, does anyone actually listen to Rogan for 3 hours at a time? I've never. I mean, maybe a couple of years ago I listened to a few, but I find the clips easier to consume. I don't sit and listen for 3 hours.
It depends who's on. So, the last
See,
two,
what is that background noise?
it's a plane.
Legit? That's a plane? You guys
Yeah.
hear that, right? I feel like it's a dryer or washing
I
machine.
have the window open just a little bit, but
Dude, that's an you hear that every night? That's aggressive, that plane.
get used to it.
That's an aggressive sound on the
You
okay,
get
whatever.
used to it, man.
All right, whatever.
But I think the last one, I don't listen to it as much as I used to. I used to listen to it religiously. Now I listen to the Fight Companions more because I find that hilarious. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to the Palmer Lucky one. I listened. The Chamath one was really good when he was on Rogan.
I didn't even listen to that. Dude, it's like I just don't
It
have
was
the-
really good.
Yeah, I mean, I get some of the clips. You know what? When I was in 2018 and I just like was in the middle of college, I would like spend time listening to all these like podcasts and all this stuff. But now it's just so hard to actually do it.
If I did a Fight Companion with some people, would you guys actually want to listen to that?
Let me tell you something. It's going to be hard for me to be the fight companion. That's gonna,
Because I actually have some people in mind that I would definitely. Wow, look at those yeses.
I would be like, oh, he hit the guy pretty hard. Damn, that's a hard punch. That would be me.
I mean, I'm going to highly consider it. I mean, in all seriousness, one of my buddies and I were on the phone. We were talking about potentially doing the Fight Companion for bigger fights and doing same thing for the big golf tournaments this year and one Yankee game a week.
Well, again, I think it's a great idea. You got to find someone who can really.
Oh, I got people for that. The question is, do I build another channel for that or not? Or can I do it on this? Like, does that screw up?
No, I
the-
think I don't think it would screw. If it's live, then no. I think.
Yeah, it's a live stream.
Yeah, I think it'd be. If it's like what, once a week, like. No,
Yeah, once a week.
Yeah, look,
Well, on during golf season, the Masters we would do Saturday, Sunday during the day.
if people don't care about it, they just don't have to tune in.
Yeah, we do live.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do a Fight Companion. You know what? I'm gonna do the White House event, and we'll figure out some other events to do. I freaking love MMA. Love it.
Maybe you talk about stocks in the middle too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I can't believe it's 11:48. I gotta see. Let me look at how many meetings I have tomorrow. That's going to determine how late I'm staying up.
When I leave, are you actually going to leave, or are you going to stay on for like 5 hours after?
I actually have a very big meeting at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, so we're both going to leave together.
So I got 9:30 to 11. I'm going to drink my coffee on the way in. The question is, how hungry am I going to get by then? I'm going to stay on until 12:15 and hang out with the chat for a little bit.
It's going to be 12. I know you, bro. It's going to be longer than 12:15.
No, it's not. No. It's a work night. 12:15. But if you want to go, you can, man. And then we'll figure out what topics for next week.
I think this one flowed pretty well. It was just, whatever came up.
Call me for the market close tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe you guys hear me beeping in traffic.
People love it.
All right, I'm out. I'm gonna go sleep.
Later.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate
See
you,
you
Steve.
later.
I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye, everyone.
Later. All right. Well, glad everybody enjoyed that. Thank you for everybody who new members. Really appreciate it. There is some private videos I'm putting up in there. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but there is some stuff I'm going to do. Truly appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree. It was very easy money to make on that. Really appreciate it. Making a Steve's pick list. What do I add to the list? Steve's picks for stocks or movies. I don't know what the context was around that. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you did well listening to us. I mean, not everything's always going to work, but I know Amit does a lot of due diligence and I do a lot of due diligence. So I'm just happy that everybody finds the content valuable. So I'm going to hang out. I got some big meetings tomorrow morning starting at 9:30. So I got to get at least 6 hours of sleep tonight. So hang out for a little bit with everybody. Road milk after hours. I love it. I love it. That's not true. That's definitely not true. Yeah, I don't hate that. I definitely don't hate that. No cookies in the morning. Cookies are a nighttime thing. They are a nighttime thing. Love that. Definitely milk. Of course, I listen. I love interacting with the chat. The chat's amazing. I always say it on a midstream that the chat's freaking great. Wouldn't be here without you guys. Bonner Griffin was an amazing fight. I don't think it's top 3 of all time, but I think it's the most important fight of all time. Because without that fight, I don't know that the UFC is in existence today. Yes, I sell cover calls. I'll do a video on that. I am going to get smart glasses at some point. I have no idea. I haven't. I really was so busy today. I have no idea. I'm actively buying BMNR personally. Nope, definitely not. I will say it's going to be Ty Wilson from Chasing Cardboard. So he makes amazing content, and it is just, I am so excited for that interview. It's going to be really interesting. Super smart guy, really cool. So, all right, I'll put something together about what I'm watching, and we'll go there. So it's just what I'm watching. Crazy. I'm actually pulling for the Blue Jays. Yeah, that fight, because it was on CBS, because it was live, because of just the Bonner and Griffin went toe to toe. It was the most important fight because it brought so many people into it. I like both. UFC way more. The thing I don't like about boxing is the best boxers don't box each other, and we missed too many great fights that should have happened. So very annoying. I don't like all the different federations. So take it for what it's worth. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I think Blue Jays are going to do it. I mean, you have to go with freaking what he did to Sphinx, right? I mean, I don't know. He just an absolute monster. Freaking amazing. Oh man. I gotta get back to you. That's gonna be such a good fight. Potentially Islam. I gotta get back to you. That's a really good fight. Yeah, of course. I used to love watching Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Probably pronounced that wrong. Sorry. I mean, there's been some really, really good women fighters I like to watch. This Kayla's freaking awesome. So I will do it at some point. I don't know. I mean, look, Big Short is so freaking good. It's pretty hard to say that's not if you want to consider it. I mean, I don't know. There's a few really good ones. Obviously, Boiler Room, Big Short, Margin Call, Wall Street, obviously classic. So, ooh, well, two of them are in my top 5. Heat and Goodfellas are my top 5 movies of all time. True Romance is like top 25 probably. All right. This is going to get people angry. I honestly think if Lesnar never went to the WWE and if he started striking out of college, he could have been one of the greatest of all time. What he accomplished in such a short period of time, and the fact that he had diverticulitis, I definitely butchered that. Like, he was actually very sick when he left and came back, like, and beat Carwin. I mean, you think about those shots he took from Carwin. I mean, I don't know what type of toll that took on him because of what happened with him and Kane, but like, I think he should have won the first mirror fight. I think that Magliotti, or however you pronounce the ref's name, I don't think he should have stood him up. I mean, and you go back to that first mirror fight, the way that Lesnar spun around when he was on top of Mir, guy was 280, moving like it was 150 pounds. I mean, it's just incredible. If you love her, yes. Let's see. I do not know, to be honest with you. I'm not. I don't think Robotaxi is going to do that well over the next several years, but that's just me. I do not know who's going to be the next James Bond. I will tell you, freaking Daniel Craig is the best James Bond ever. Oh, what's going on, Sam? Look at your ex. We need to figure this out. We need to figure out a time. Was it Spike? It could have been Spike. It was probably Spike, actually, now that you say that. I thought it was CBS. You know what I'm getting confused? They did Kane and Junior Dos Santos on CBS, didn't they, for the title? You're right. I think it was Spike because that's where they originally did the Ultimate Fighter. I'm not following any boxers really right now. My favorite boxers to watch of all time were Roy Jones Jr. I was a little young for the Tyson era, but Roy Jones is who I grew up on. That whole him, James Toney, Bernard Hopkins, Trinidad, that whole era is more my era. I mean, look, people sign up because they want to support me. I've been doing some videos. I really don't know. Right now I put out a REITs video on there. I have no roadmap. I'm just going to figure out content to put there, and I'm going to build some spreadsheets and put some calculators in there and just some stuff over time. So I'm going to try to add value that way. Probably. I mean, look, they're both superstars, so it's going to be a great fight. I actually went to UFC 205 at the Garden, the first UFC in New York, where McGregor fought Eddie Alvarez and Wonder Boy fought Woodley, and then Jacek fought who the hell did she fight for the title? I don't remember who she fought. The blonde woman. It wasn't Valentina. I remember who she fought, but I will tell you that I've never seen the Garden like that before. And because Connor fought, 75% of the place was Irish. During the Connor fight, they draped me in the Irish flag. It was freaking crazy. It's one of the best sports experiences I've ever been to. I actually don't eat hot dogs. Yeah, R.I.P. Crazy that Stephen Bonner passed away. It was Valentina, wasn't it? I'm not going crazy. It was. Yeah, what was her nickname? Joanna War? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I mean that's not a bad lineup. Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street's amazing. I'm going to give you a hot take on this. All right. Khabib was overrated. Everybody's going to hate me for saying that, but think about it. How many superstars did he really fight? Right. And then look at what Ally Quinta did. He lost every round, but Ally Quinta went 5 rounds with him on like 6 days' notice, took him down. I mean, I don't know. I think that if Khabib and GSP fought, Khabib would have got starched. So, oh, pride. I mean, it's pretty hard not to say Fedor, right? But I mean, Krokop, amazing. Nogueira in Pride was amazing. I mean, having Mark Kerr and Mark Coleman in Pride was crazy. I mean, there's just the Pride days were just, they were great. They were freaking great. Reservoir Dogs, great movie. Goodfellas is top 5. Yeah, lame, but look what he did to Couture. I mean, guy, you can't knock it. The guy was 103-6 in collegiate wrestling, NCAA one national champion, went to WWE and just fucking play fought and put his body on the line, and then went into MMA. I mean, you got to respect what he accomplished, right? Freaking nature. I think he could have been better if he didn't play foot, if he didn't try going and playing football, and if he didn't go to the WWE, I think he would have been one of the best. But yeah, she's pretty freaking athletic. Yeah, I mean, look, Alistair, K1 champion, Grand Prix. I mean, he's a freak, especially when he was on that horse meat. I like Meta shareholder. I think it's going to do well. Yeah, I mean, when you think about how many the shots that he absorbed from Carwin, crazy. Yeah, all right. The Gold Coast by Nelson DeMille or Term Limits by Vincent Flynn or Consent to Kill by Vince Flynn. I'm still looking into it. Yeah, Carwin was incredible. I actually did a BMNR article on Seeking Alpha back in August. I got to get him to come on to talk me into Nebius and CoreWeave. So we're going to figure something out. I mean, listen, if you love her, freaking marry her. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I would like to learn from him about this too. Really would. I agree. I agree. Too early to tell. I don't even know who's going to come out of the primaries. No idea. Yeah, Sugar Shane. I mean, Sugar Shane's the only one that freaking rocked Floyd. I mean, he almost knocked him out in the second round. Tell me about it. Can we set a mid up like somebody? I don't even know who's relevant right now, but yeah, seriously. Maybe. There may have been, that one copy in freaking Blockbuster or the no-name freaking movie video store that was still in business. Never. Absolutely never. No, I don't know. The only ones are just Tiger rookies, I think. Bernard Hopkins had an unbelievable career. Roy Jones Jr., y'all must have forgot. His music video is hilarious. I actually don't. I should ask them about that. Yeah, Heat, Tombstone, love those. Fear and Loathing's an interesting movie. Stop it. Connery's not the best Bond. Come on. Daniel Craig. So it's interesting. I like watching, since I'm getting older, I like watching sports from home better. I don't know that I'd go to another UFC event. I've been to one of the best ones you could go to. It would, for the experience, it's worth doing once or twice, but you see everything better. And listen, I like listening to Rogan and Cormier when they are doing the ringside and on the events that it's Anik and the other guy. Depending on who the lineup is, the nice thing is you can always switch to Rogan's fight companion. So yeah, I will inquire. I did not see that. I'll take a look. I've been very busy this week. I actually have not. I'll look into it. I don't think that doesn't sound familiar. I will look into it. Few people have said this. It's never going to happen. Yeah, I mean, look, that's why I said a lot of people are going to disagree with that take. But I'm gonna pull up his freaking. Hold on. Let's see who he actually fought. Let's see if I have to take my. I'll change my mind, but I watched most of his fights. I mean, let's say. No, I'm going the wrong way. I apologize. Hold on. I mean, look, I'm not going to say the guy's a great fighter, right? But I don't care that he went out undefeated. Like, in all seriousness, these fights were all M1. These were not UFC. He started UFC more than halfway through his career. So you show me, okay, this was a big one. It was the decision. And then you got Johnson, Barboza, and Alaquinta was a decision. I mean, decision. And I'm not saying that Conor would have won if he was younger, but it wasn't peak Conor. And Poirier wasn't peak Poirier, and Gaethje wasn't peak Gaethje. Like, I don't know. He definitely fought tough fights, but you look at GSP, and you look at the body of work on GSP, it's much different. What the hell just happened to my mouse? So after losing to Hughes, the Trig fight was an incredible fight. Shirk was awesome. BJ Penn, I mean, beating BJ Penn was incredible. And then beating Hughes, the loss to Sarah, okay, and they beat Koscheck, Sarah, Hughes again, Sarah, Fitch, BJ Penn again, Diego Alves. I mean, Hardy doesn't really count. Josh Check second time doesn't really count, but Jake Shields was a tough fight. Condit was a tough fight. Nick Diaz, tough fight. I will say, I think he lost to Hendricks. So let's put that out. I'm sorry. Why is this not freaking? I hate when freaking StreamYard does that. Hold on. StreamYard did that to me the other night too. I'm sorry. I do think he lost the Hendricks fight, going on points, and then come back and being Bisbing. I think St. Pierre would have beat him. So, just my opinion. I do agree. Roy Jones Jr. I'm sorry, John Jones is the best freaking pound for pound fighter we've ever had. Period. Dude, Alaquinta is a freaking dog. Creep, he has flip ass. Dude, they may. I mean, Daniel Cormier may come and freaking beat me up. I mean, yeah, I get it. Yeah, freaking Tombstone. Yeah, I mean, I think gold's still going up. Yeah, it's like I got like 4 minutes or so. So, dude, horse meat. Of course, he was on that horse meat. That I have no idea. I've never tried. Oh, a lot of freaking rap music and a lot of freaking Metallica when I was lifting and Rocky IV soundtrack when I was lifting. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Rivera's the best closer of all time. All right, I'll never say never. Good question. I actually like Crawford a lot, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. That's what it was defaulted on. I don't know. I use freaking Internet Explorer. Yeah, Mighty Mouse is great. Mighty Mouse is great, but I mean, he's not beating GSP in a fight or Khabib in a fight. He's too small. Those guys are too good. I mean, the flying arm bar was sick, but like, yeah. Hot takes every night. And I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, it's midnight. I've never heard anybody. Dude, what are you doing, Matt? Crazy. Crazy. I don't know, because I freaking didn't download it. No way. No way is Nostalgianomics in the chat. That's crazy. The freaking cabal is going to come after him. If you guys aren't following Nostalgianomics, go follow him. He was on Alternative Asset Weekly #1. If you're into TCG and into Pokemon investing, he is worth a follow. Oh, that sounds so freaking good right now. All right. This just turned into 12:30, and then I'm really going to sleep. Here's a hot take. I want everybody to really think about this. All right. Because if you like gangster movies, there's a difference between gangster movies and mob movies. Okay. Because in my opinion, a mob movie can be a gangster movie, but a gangster movie can't be a mob movie. And if you know, you know. Now, for mob movies, one of the best you'll ever see is in my top 5. All right. Go watch this. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you haven't seen Gotti from 1996, it's an HBO movie. Okay. Go watch it. It is unbelievable. Top 5 mob movies of all time. Most people have not even seen it. It is freaking incredible. Truly think everybody, like, it's crazy how good this movie is. But in my top 5 mob movies, it's Godfather / Goodfellas, because I can't put one above the other. So it's dual one. And then it's so hard. No particular order for the next 3. Donnie Brasco, Casino, and freaking Gotti. And it's hard because I'm disrespecting A Bronx Tale. But A Bronx Tale's number 6. He is the GOAT with alternative assets. The guy's awesome. Donnie Brasco's awesome. Departed's great. It's not the Italian mob. New Jack City's a great movie. Not right now. I'm seriously going to sleep in a little bit. Goodfellas great. Carlito's Way, phenomenal gangster movie, but it's not a mob movie. Phenomenal gangster movie. There we go. Gotti's my favorite of all time. It's a great freaking mob movie. It doesn't matter. They're both great. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, Costco freaking annoys the hell out of me. Yeah, Scarface is not in my top 5 gangster movies. It's not even in my top 10. It's good, but, gangster movies, like Carlito's Way is in there. I mean, you have to put Blue Hill Avenue in there. A lot of people haven't seen it. It's so good. And look, one of the best, if not the best, is American Gangster. Sorry, but it is. It's incredible. Denzel's best performance. It's incredible. No, New Jack City is not a mob movie. Untouchables, great movie. All right. Thank you. That's what I've been saying. You got to have it on the line because that's the only time. You only get 2 chances at getting both sides in the same bite. You got to go black and white cookie down the middle, first bite, then go down one of the sides. You only get end and end. You only get, 2 chances. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's not in my top 5 at all. Ugh. I mean, I put Blow in the drug category movies, not gangster movies, and Blow is freaking incredible. Now that's heroic. Love it. I mean, it's nostalgic. It's just great. No, I consider Ocean's 11 a heist movie, and it's probably in the top 10 heist movies of all time. Maddie Boy. You need to stop with this, Matt. And if you guys aren't following Matt, you guys need to go follow Matt. He puts out really great content, and there's nobody that knows more about energy than him. So definitely go give him a follow. Watch his content. He's great. He just loves trolling me. I mean, it's an amazing movie. Amazing movie. Eastern Promises was a great movie also. Phenomenal. Bronx Tale is freaking great. I think that Snatch is it a gangster or is it a heist movie? I mean, I guess it's considered gangster, and Snatch is a great movie. I mean, I sent him a thing for Saturday night. I'm hoping that Maddie joins on Saturday night with us. I love movies. What can I say? I agree. Donnie Brasco's great. Yeah, some, not many. What do you mean you can't do Saturday? Like, I don't know why you can't do two things at once. I don't understand this. You know that I've claimed Saturday night as the starting off with stocks and then going into chill mode for a long time. You can do Saturday. You can do two things at once. Yeah, I mean, we can't go down the kung fu rabbit hole. I mean, have you seen Iron Monkey, Carl? Like, freaking crazy. There's some really good kung fu movies. Lock, Stock is really good. Thank you very much. Yeah, Colors, I actually like it a lot. It's a good movie. Okay. I don't know anything about Rocket Money, so all I know is Maddie makes money. Hard Target. Yeah, Ip Man is probably freaking. Yeah, I'm with it. Doug, if you liked Usual Suspects, this goes for everybody. Go watch Confidence. Hold on. I wish I could freaking play a video from it. Hold on. Here we go. Go watch this movie if you like Usual Suspects. It's arguably better. I know, sacrilegious to say something's better than Usual Suspects. And the fact that he ends up being Kaiser Soze is freaking amazing. But this is such an incredible movie that like nobody's ever heard of. And it's got such a stacked cast. It is freaking incredible. I truly think that you should try it. Define difference between gangster and mob movie. A mob movie is with mob. So mob movies are mob movies because it's about the mob. Mob movies can be considered gangster movies, but gangster movies cannot be considered mob movies because gangsters are not necessarily in the mob. It's no other way to explain that one. I actually did not see Ip Man 3. I did see Tyson in Kickboxer Vengeance was interesting. Harlem Nights. Oh, look at this. Somebody saw freaking Confidence. I love it. Great movie. I'm gonna have to go rewatch that, I guess. Really? Maybe you can get Amit to actually, watch it if you tell him that. Never seen it? The Triad film's interesting. Dude, that was such a wild movie. Trying to be. Too long. I didn't think it was that good, but that's just me. That's freaking great. The Warriors is such a good movie. Come out and play. It's top 20. I don't know if it goes in top 10, but it's top 20. I mean, here's what I'll say about my top movies, okay? I don't put movies that are critically acclaimed in there because everybody else does. They're truly movies that I will just watch. And if I'm scrolling through the channels or I'm scrolling through Amazon Prime or something, and it's there, I'm watching it. So in my top 10, you'll have Roadhouse. If Roadhouse is on, I'm watching it. Like, you can never watch Roadhouse too many times. Just saying. Pelly with DMX and Nas, I love it. One of the best openings to a freaking movie ever when they're going through the tunnel, which is a club that does not exist anymore in New York City. Really, he was in Kickboxer Vengeance as Tom Poe. Yeah, dude, trust me. Just trust me on confidence. You're not going to regret it. No, that's a movie that should never be remade. I'm sorry. I think it was horrible. It could have been so much better. I think it was absolutely horrible. It was so boring. I was so excited, even though I didn't want it to be made. I'll tell you what movie I'm waiting for. Days of Thunder 2. Cannot wait for that, even though it's a 1990 movie, not 80s. Days of Thunder is incredible. Like, you watch Days of, even if you just have a sound bar, you watch Days of Thunder, it's freaking incredible. I won't say that I haven't because I have. It's a great movie. Oh, no doubt. In sick shape, it was still a bad movie. I'm sure it would. I mean, I think my analysis on Amazon is spot on, and I'm very bullish. No, Hot Pocket's a Hot Pocket. That's a good question. I mean, and this is going to be a much different answer for everybody. For me, it's probably Goonies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I don't know, Caddyshack. Has to be in there, Caddyshack. I did not watch F1, but I watched what's the one about the F1 cars? Freaking, it was about James Hunt and the other guy, Lauder. I forget his first name. Helmuth play not Helmuth. Helmsworth plays James Hunt. Freak, what the hell is that movie? Rush, 2013, freaking incredible. Yep, Rush, great freaking movie. Why? This is why you always say that you need to sleep, because you never go to sleep. Yeah, I need to do it. I need to watch it. If you're saying it's Top Gun Maverick, but we have one, I'm watching it. I'll try to watch it this weekend. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Man, that's hard because he's been in so many classics. I mean, a lot of people are going to say MI1 or MI2. I mean, to me, it's probably one of his older movies, either Days of Thunder, Risky Business, or Top Gun. But he's been in so many classics. And I think people will say some of the newer movies because of him actually doing all of his own stunts. But how about he's the greatest movie star of all time? Period. I second that. Until it's not, right? I need to go to sleep eventually. Yeah, underrated movie. Day After Tomorrow is underrated. Very underrated. All right. I have to call it. I am I gotta start driving at 8, 7.5 hours of sleep if I can actually get to sleep soon. So I will see everybody tomorrow. So tomorrow night we are streaming live at 10 p.m. for Fintech Frenzy, and then Saturday night's the big one. Saturday night I'll be live from either 9 or 9:30 until whenever, maybe 2 a.m. because I will not be sleeping. So Saturday night we'll go for a long time about this stuff. Maybe I'll even start earlier. We'll start at 9 on Saturday, and whoever shows up, shows up. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much, Two Brothers, for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Appreciate it, everybody. Have a great night. See everybody tomorrow. Bye for now.